Hey, hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Oh, make it
How's
pull
everyone
something.
doing? There's been a coup. Ben's no longer in charge of anything. I'm in charge. Um, and now it's wrestling. It's not D&D at all. It's just always going to be wrestling now. No, it's a one shot. I've never DM'd before. I'm giving it a crack. I'm doing a wrestling thing. I've barely ever watched any wrestling, and we're playing a wrestling RPG called Worldwide Wrestling, which I've never played before. So,
What could go wrong?
strap in, everybody.
You've really made it difficult for yourself.
Before,
I've never
before we
DM'd
go
before.
further, Keelan, do a little focus
Yeah,
pull
yeah, I really
on your.
do,
I do,
Nice.
I do
I want to
enjoy
see
it.
that
Yeah.
face.
Keelan
good.
has never DM'd before. He's never used this system. He's never even played in the system before, and he decided to
fair-
do a live one. You know,
To be fair, Ben had never DM'd before and thought, "Fuck it, I'll make an entire show." So
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
good.
exactly.
they're
Yeah.
both insane.
So it should be fun. What should I get off of? Look, the only thing that you need to know that will be different about this is there'll be a couple of terms. There's heat, which wrestlers will be gaining and losing with one another. That's really just their kind of character's storyline and how interested the audience, the fictional audience in the wrestling game and yourselves, are in the characters. How invested the audience is in the characters and in these two characters meeting up to have a fight. The greater the heat, the more everyone wants to see them have a fight because they've got some beef. The other terms are momentum, which is really just something that you can get that gives you a +1 to dice or allows you to do moves. So that's just a kind of MacGuffin, a +1 that you can get as many tokens of those as you want. And then there's audience, which is just how much the audience is engaging with you and how popular you are overall. At the same time, that's not a very important stat to really pay attention to because it's really just for them leveling up. This is a one shot. I don't think anyone's going to do so well that they level up. And if they do, I'm not prepared for that as the first time DM.
okay, well,
So, that'll be fun to find out, but it seems unlikely. So that's basically where we're at. Those are the new terms. That's all you really need to know.
Keelan, I have a question. Do our homebrew beer and alcohol rules apply to this game? Are we able to use our
Ooh,
cans and alcohol to affect
question.
the game?
Yes, if you can come up with a move that you can describe in any way to do with your can, I was thinking of giving you kind of a free momentum have been used, a +1 essentially. Rather than giving you the cachet of a momentum, it'll give you a +1 straight on to whatever you're trying to do with those moves. If you can come up with a wrestler, like later on in the game, based on a can, if you want to throw them in, there might be an opportunity to do that. I'm fine with you giving that a go. I tried looking at the beers that I had to come up with a wrestler. It was surprisingly difficult. We're easier with a D&D character than it is with a full-formed wrestler.
This is why I went D&D as opposed
Yeah.
to World War Wrestling RPG. I was looking in the off license and I saw that there is, there's not enough wrestling beer names out there.
And this is something that we need to address, perhaps the first time in this show, that there needs to be more beers geared specifically to wrestling fans, with the names of fake wrestlers. That's what I think. That's what I think we're all learning here.
And moves. They need to sound more violent. There aren't enough violent beers.
Although a double dry hopped IPA does sound like a very technical wrestling move. Like, oh, I do a DD pile driver. And you go, oh yes, we all know the DDH IPA pile driver.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I should mention the other last thing, that we have a guest that you might have noticed.
The fireplace.
Yeah, a real life wrestler who's also going to be playing a different character for the game. He's well, let's all welcome J Money.
Woo! Making his way to the stream.
Did you say J Money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has
Yeah,
this
you're
been
on.
on this whole time?
yeah. You didn't actually cancel. We managed to keep the camera open. So.
How reflective is this TV, and what did you see?
oh, enough
Enough?
to keep us. Enough to keep us.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Homebrew Crew. It is good to be here. Thank you for having me. I've got everything I need. Got a glass of red wine. I got a digital 2.6. And I got a pen and a pad.
That's everything you need.
Not gonna lie, I already fell out of my depth. I already fell out of my depth right now.
Listen, that's not all that I have. I also have unlimited optimism, a willingness to learn, and hopefully a few friends to be made along the way.
And
Oh, that's nice.
possibly the nicest digs of any of us on the stream.
More enemies.
Great.
David,
So we have a
we
real
all
life.
know you're wearing shorts, but I do like the idea that the audience don't know that you're wearing shorts. So every leg pull and every little slide is very is it Fatal Attraction? Is that movie?
Then you have to ask yourself, how long was I off camera, and how many risks am I willing to take tonight?
I'm gonna get the stream shut down.
As far as I've been able to learn, everything goes in wrestling. So it's really all on the table here. It's all in the ring. So what does Ben usually say? Usually some kind of, I didn't sing a song, sorry about that.
Okay.
Or mention any kind of quote. There'll be enough of that in the wrestling game, to be honest. But how about, what is everyone drinking? Shall we start with, well, J-Money, seeing as you're first along the lines from what I can see.
Indeed. So I'm drinking, and I believe that I've understood the brief correctly. I'm drinking what's known as a grape beer. It comes in 700 ml bottle conditioned. You got to leave it for a couple of years. It's full-bodied, like myself, and this one is called a red wine beer.
Ooh, well, I don't think we've had anything as fancy as that. It's new, the old red grape beer. I'll try that myself. I'm a fan of sours and fruit-based things, so I'm surprised I haven't had a grape beer, to be honest.
I would strongly recommend it.
Okay, great. Well, Ben, as next to my overlay, what are you drinking?
Yeah, I'm starting with a beer called Space Pope.
Okay, so
Coast to Coast.
you've already got a wrestler name.
Yes, yeah, which is nice. It's an Indian Pale Ale. This is the first time, because I'm not DMing, I can show you the rest of my beers. I usually keep them secret. We have Giant Molecular Clouds.
Also an excellent wrestler name.
We have Fire Starter, good finishing name. We have this. This is just for me. It's the Garden Brewery Imperial Flat White Coffee Porter.
Ooh.
So that's looking good. And then, are you familiar with the concept of when what you do for work and what you find enjoyable and what the world needs come together? It's known as an ikigai, but this is from Oh Brother, and they've named a beer Ikigai. I think that's how it's pronounced. I know there's people who know how to speak Japanese in the sidebar, so please phonetically spell it out for me. Ikigai.
What does it mean?
It's that sweet spot when your profession and something you love and something the world needs come together into
what
a
the word means.
Yeah.
There's
I
that
thought
sweet
you were
spot
like that
happens.
sweet
This
spot
word
was
means
like
that
Japanese beer, and that was the sweet spot for you.
Yeah.
Well, for these guys, they make beer for a profession. The world needed it, and they love it. So for Oh Brother, that could be it.
Great. Well, Wes, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm back drinking Galway Hooker, which I haven't had in a while. And just if we're naming wrestlers,
Also,
I'm okay with that. I mean, it's a boat. That's what a Galway Hooker is. But I mean, or the Galway Hooker could definitely be some kind of move. Right? I'm probably the least versed in wrestling out of all of us, but I plan on giving someone the Galway Hooker at some point.
oh yeah, it's a classic move. Yeah.
Dirty move. Dirty move.
And that all, or just the Galway Hooker?
That's it, just Galway Hooker for now. I'm not drinking that much because I actually had a tooth pulled last week, and I'm not supposed to be drinking, but I had a shit day and I wanted some beers, and also
and you've got all
wrestling.
these, you've got all these things on your face. You've obviously
Oh no,
had
this was just separate. I just I'm in a fight club.
Yeah.
I'm in a fight club.
Well, you've already broken the only rule that I can remember.
You're no longer in a fight club.
Oh shit, they did. They fucking told me as well. Yeah, okay, grand. Back to the Tickle Club, which is my local church.
Now you're in a wrestling club anyway. It's a different type of fight club. We roll 2d6. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. But all rolls are just rolls of 2d6. So you don't need any of that. Yeah,
kind of jam.
Simple. You're just kind of going over so the harder moves. You're trying to get like over 10. that's basically what you're going for harder real successes. That's your crit success most of the time.
Last edition, more pain.
Paul, what are we drinking today?
So, well, first of all, I want to say that I'm the only person that didn't get the memo that was meant to dress up as a wrestler. So
I think it happened like separate. Like no one, we didn't link up. It just happened to happen.
What do you mean? What do you mean dressed up as a wrestler?
Well, obviously, J Money, you are just not dressed up. Actually, it would have been great if you put some effort in and wore a costume or something.
Okay,
But
let me-
whatever.
It's the evening time. What am I going to do? Not be wearing loungewear? What am I, a farmer?
Okay, so Ben and Wes are cosplaying as a wrestler, and J Money has just been himself, fantastic himself, and I am just Paul, technician. So, I am.
Technician is very, the technicians are very well respected in the wrestling community. There's not a lot of them going around, and they need to try a lot harder than everybody else. So wear that with pride.
There you go.
I'm drinking Rambulian again because it's laying around the house now, and it's too damn delicious to not just drink. So Rambulian's also a very good name for a finishing move.
Yeah, the old Rambulian.
I'm gonna say that it's going to involve some kind of barrel.
Right.
So
Donkey Kong one of us out of the ring.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that whole, what is it, the thing when the old turn of the century guys like kick the barrel in the air and as if they're running. I don't know. It's your move. I'm not going to try to tell you what to do.
Yeah, you're very much on the old turn of the century side of things.
It's the mustache talking. I can't help it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, actually, I didn't do it my own. So I'm drinking also a garden brewery. That's what I'm currently drinking. A raspberry and basil sour. I've drank it before. Delicious. Big fan of the garden brewery, so that's a good sign for you, Ben. And then I only have a couple of other drinks. They're not going to probably come up. There's the tropical sour that I got before. Basically, alcoholic lilt. It's literally called Lilt Edged. I can't remember if it has a name. No. And the Brewdog's Fake Empire Sour Hazy IPA. So that should be fun. I will hopefully get through all of that, which will make me better and worse as a DM. So.
You're a natural.
Shall we all get started? There's no recap.
Let's.
There's no...
I'm ready to rumble.
Yeah, okay. Are we all ready?
Does anyone have any wrestling-related questions that they want the subject matter expert to chip in on before we start, or will I just rudely interject throughout?
Oh,
If you could correct aggressively as we go.
Yeah.
Wrestly.
Well, grapsually.
I have a
Oh
feeling
God,
he's
there's
going
two
to-
of them.
Well, so I suppose I should say at the top of this is billed as a TV show. The D&D session is like watching an episode of a wrestling TV show on TV. It being wrestling, there are people who are booked in advance to win their matches. It's less like D&D in which you have a fight against one another.
Oh, kill the scream. The federations are going to come after us. We cannot possibly.
Guys, I thought you were cool.
He told us that in confidence.
So, but the players don't know. I'm the only person who's decided who will and won't lose, which will make it difficult for that to happen if they continue to not know. But
I mean, much like actual D&D as well, I suppose.
Yeah. I couldn't say, having been in the DM side of the D&D side of things. So.
Oh, I know who's going to win and lose.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, let us begin. So you've all been, you're all established wrestlers. Some of you more so than others. Oh wait, I shouldn't go straight into it. There's a very important part before I go anywhere close to here. All of your wrestlers need to determine what your actual relationships with one another are. So we're going to go around. There's a thing called heat questions, which you do at the start when you're starting one of these games, where everyone will ask 2 questions to everyone else, and you'll just determine whether or not it'll be your character. The example questions, or a question will be like, who wants to, see me ground into the ground or something like that. And you'll be like, oh, that's totally me, And also, I didn't ask any of you to explain your characters. So I was just going to launch right in and just not have any of the back, So first mistake. Make sure everyone knows who their characters are and has done the only bit of preparation that we needed to do on stream before I went to where I was going.
You would have been fine doing the description and then jumping into heat. We wouldn't have noticed.
Oh, no. See, you could be fine with that. You might be able to play it fast and loose. I'm trying to keep to exactly the...
He is a promotioner, so he needs to keep to a schedule.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I hadn't decided. Look, the heat questions are incredibly important. Uh,
I like how you're leaning in as well, like it's a secret.
not to put
us.
any pressure on you, but it's basically the only thing I'm going to use to decide anything. Um, so again, I guess everyone should know who each other's characters are before you go into the heat questions. So shall we start with? I mean, is there anyone who wants to start with their character to see how it goes, or should I just start with along the overlay?
We just do a reverse overlay.
Reverse over.
Reverse
All right,
overlay.
let's start.
Oh yeah, I like how you do reverse overlay because you don't have to go first, but I do.
No matter which way we pick it, I don't have to go first. This is how you arrive exactly third when we're getting set up, and then you're good to go.
So my character is called the Warlock or Warlock, War-Lock. I decided to stick.
Is his middle name hyphen? Because
Yes. His real name is Milton Sanders. If anyone wants.
Oh, I do.
He is a very lovely man. Yeah, I'm the Warlock, which is I've got the gimmick of the monster, which I am essentially overpowered in body, not in it. And I pretty much am the bad guy. So, wait.
Nice.
Do you want us to do our like intro like music and
No, that'll all come to an actual.
I think that's when we're actually fighting.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
What you are and where you're coming from, basically.
I'm now going to look up the lyrics of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had that exact issue. I came up with a lot of fake wrestlers, and then they all had to have songs, and then I actually had to. I was like, well, this will be the perfect song, until I realized I don't know any of the words to that song really. So there was a lot of just listening to.
I mean, it's never stopped Ben. The trick is to just make up your own that kind of sound like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Confidently incorrect is the word.
That's copywriting.
It really is.
And yeah, well, with that, Wes, who are you? Why are you here?
I'm here to play some goddamn wrestling. I am playing. Excuse me. I'm playing Coach Carnage. It was top of my game. Competed in the Olympics. Trained up a couple of young bloods, but now I'm coming back because I don't like where wrestling's going. Gotta teach all these new boys a lesson. They're too weak, too soft. Working on the pecs and the abdominals. Coach Carnage has the epitome of dad bod. He's got a big old belly, but like sinewy forearms, like farm strength. Like he doesn't go to the gym. He just like flips tires and picks fights with strangers and stuff. Yeah, and he's been, before coming into the show, he's been training new wrestlers, and now he just wants to come in and actually make a name for himself in the worldwide wrestling world.
Oh yeah, one last huzzah.
One last hurrah. He's may or may not have a terminal disease. We'll see how dark this episode gets. I'm playing. My gimmick is the veteran, by the way. Actually, I didn't mention that.
Is he like perpetually one day away from retirement? Even though the wrestling show will go on for years.
Yeah. I'm basically thinking of this as if they'd cast Hulk Hogan in Logan, and it was just called Hogan. Like that's how
they should do.
Yeah.
Completely unchanged.
Exactly the exact same thing. There's a black and white version except for the red and yellow. Like and there's that trailer with like Johnny Cash is hurt, but it's Hulk Hogan badly singing it. Yeah, I actually love this now. I'm gonna write this down.
I'm a real mutant man. Got the X gene up in my hands.
Maybe it's the bandana and the mustache, but that kind of seems more Metallica.
Yeah. It is. I'm playing the lead singer of Metallica.
Or Jay said. Anyway,
well,
that's Coach
good.
Carnage.
Yeah, that's a good intro and lead into Ben. Who are you and what are you doing?
I am Joe Gruuuufffy. I am the hardcore hero, Joe Gruuuufffy. By day, a talk show host. By night, the hardest, puts his body on the line, doesn't pull punches. He'll bleed for this role, wrestler, as part of your wrestling federation. The people love and hate him. He loves and hates himself. For someone so down to earth, he's paid too much. So that's him. He wears you know what suits look like? Yeah, rip those pants, rip pants. You know the way suits normally have a suit jacket and a shirt? Yeah, no, just waistcoats. Just waistcoat, baby. It says Joe Gruuuufffy either side and on the back. And emblazoned on the back is a phone. And that's him. He is the hardcore gimmick, and he is, if ever there's a stipulation for a match, it's to put Coach Carter in retirement every time that's on the line.
Oh, we've already got some heat.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Welcome it.
And then J Money, are you playing yourself? Do you have a character?
No one else is playing themselves. I mean, like, Ben couldn't be Ben the wrestler. It's not like Wesler. Of course, I will be playing a character today and not myself, the real world J Money. And my character is phenomenal.
Sounds it.
The name is Lee Eagle. I'm a lawyer and also a literal eagle with the power of flight. I am playing the luminary gimmick, which means that I have been at the top of this game for a long time, and I left to go and make it elsewhere. You may have heard of my hit TV show, Lee Eagle and the Regal Beagle, where me and a dog companion who is particularly fancy to defend or prosecute whichever way the writing team was feeling in any given week. It was a courtroom drama mixed with a buddy cop show. It's basically Turner and Hooch meets Suits, but both of us are literal animals. We're the only ones that are. This is not a BoJack situation. But we can talk.
And what a show it is. I watched.
Is that the tagline for the show? This is not a BoJack situation.
We can. This is not a BoJack situation, but we can talk. Now, unfortunately, that didn't test well with audiences. It was like, this is not a BoJack situation, but we can talk. As in, if the show doesn't go well, we can make it a BoJack situation. It was tremendous.
Unless that's what you want.
But we got 6 seasons and a movie out of it, and now I'm back to prove to myself and others that I didn't go Hollywood. I still got it in this game. I can still be the top dog.
All right.
Or in this case, Eagle.
You've got some tough competition here. And I say you're Lee Eagle. That's it. Not that's it, but that you've done your description.
That's it. All right, now let me give you my childhood. Lee Eagle was Hatchets.
Yeah. Great. That's what I was looking for.
Too.
In the lower third, we see Lee Eagle and the Regal Beagle at 8 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central Time, all the time through the show.
Okay, well, not to put too much work on Paul again. Shall we start with Lee Eagle, and we'll start with one heat question from your sheet across the board. And all that's happening here is you'll ask the question, and someone will say, "I can do that," or whatever, you know.
So, who was instrumental to my early success? I think that the coach is the obvious choice for who taught me how to do it. Look, yeah. I can do a headlock faster than I can lock up those perps, and it's all thanks to the coach.
Yeah. So that would give you +1 heat with the coach, not vice versa.
Fabulous. Are we each doing 2 in a row?
No, we'll go. Yeah. Why not?
All right. My next question is, who wants me to just retire already? Oh, wait, no. Who knows about at least one of my dirty secrets?
Oh.
And if that's not the peddler of filth that is Joe Gruuuufffy, I don't want to know. There were some mysterious calls made into the Joe Gruuuufffy show, and the name Lee Eagle was heavily implied.
Carol, you're on the line. Now we're talking legal flight risks. I am a heel, so if you are a babyface Lee Eagle, I believe you get +1 to that heat. You get an extra heat.
I think that happens. The +1 heat. That all happens at the end anyway. So the heels.
Oh, grant.
The heels take heat with the baby faces. The baby faces take heat with the heels.
And of course, my baby face. I put bad guys away, and I put bad guys down on the map for a 1, 2, 3. You get a 3-second sentence. That's what you're getting.
Great, perfect. Right. So that's the 2 questions. I should just in case, just in case anyone was confused about the heat thing, you don't each get a +1 with one another. Whoever asks the question gets the +1 with the other wrestler. You obviously get your +1s when you get to ask your questions, just in case Wes or Ben has already given themselves a +1 with Lee Eagle. Grant. Okay, well then, Joe Gruuuufffy, your heat questions, please.
Yes. Who can take everything I can dish out? And if it's not, my thing is the warlock, the monster. No level of hardcore is taking that guy down.
Yeah,
That's my feeling.
yeah. I feel
So I
that
give
too.
myself.
It's up to
Here.
Warlock. You reckon that's you?
Yeah, I say that's me. Yeah, the body
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
There's 4 questions as a base, so the tough thing is deciding which one. But I like the drama that this one brings. Who is jealous of my devoted fan base?
Oh, that is a good one. That's pretty clear what that.
You could go to Hollywood. You can get all the Oscars, all the Tonys, all the Olivers you want. But no one gets listenership like I do between the hours of 1:45 and 3 o'clock every day.
That's my worst rated hour, and you know it, you punk. How dare you bring up 1:45 and 3:15?
You'll never survive in the midday slot. Take prime all you want.
You're lucky I still got drive time.
This is good because this is happening in real life and not in the game yet. But I would be making you, if you were playing, I'd be making you roll for promos and things. But that's fine.
It's probably Lee Eagle, I think, is jealous of my development fan.
I think so too. So you take a +1 with him.
Cool.
And that was both your questions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on to Wes.
So I think one of my questions that I like is who has no respect for all the work I've put into this company?
Ooh.
I think that's Joe Gruuuufffy as well.
0. It couldn't get lower. I don't know how negative numbers work.
Okay, so that's a +1 with you, Joe Gruuuufffy.
And then my other one is who have I decided is killing the business with their performance? I think the Warlock is the reason people don't take wrestling seriously anymore. He's a monster. He's not an athlete. No one takes it seriously because of that freak.
He's a bird.
But an eagle is a glorious creature, and I trained him from an egg.
I could barely even fly when I met the coach.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, did the coach literally find him as an egg? That's
Yeah, but it was like an egg the size of like a Saint Bernard or something. Like it was huge.
yeah.
He sat on me for weeks.
Yeah.
Regurgitated protein shake back into my mouth, making me the specimen that I am today, a 6 foot tall eagle.
Actually, yeah, he was just a regular bird, and then just so much whey protein.
So much training that went into it just for this wrestling match. That's speaks volumes for how good the coach is. Turned a regular eagle into a 6 foot talking eagle who has his own legal TV show.
And passed the bar.
Who passed the bar? Yeah. But I mean, he flew.
I can't take credit for that. He did it on his own merits.
Yeah, you set the standard. I just lived up to it.
Great. That was your first question.
Yeah, that's two of my questions.
That's your 2 questions. Great. And then Paul.
Warlock.
Sorry.
Warlock, yeah. Breaking character there, Keelan.
I as the creative, I know all characters and names. It's perfectly within context for me to know everything.
That's Paul's penis. The Warlock's penis is much bigger. That's very terrible.
My first question is who can stand up to me in the ring? I'm going to say that's probably Lee Eagle, simply because we are both against each other. I am a bad guy.
It'd be like a kaiju fight as well.
That is also true. Yeah, that is epic. I like that. And who helps me come up with the new directions for my character? I'm going to say Joe Gruuuufffy does. Because
the coach wouldn't like that.
Because he's also a bad guy.
The coach.
Yeah.
Well, I think this guy's this. I think that's the real reason the coach thinks he's going to perform, because he just doesn't take his feedback on board.
I thought it'd be good that I don't in any way listen to the guy called Coach Carnage in any way.
Okay, perfect.
Your next character should be about unions and striking. People love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you listen to the radio show host for wrestling moves. It's, we'll see how this develops over the course of your show. Okay, so everyone's got their plus heats with their various characters. I believe I know what the matches will be. So we'll launch straight into the preamble that I started before. Forget whatever that was that I said before, and I'll try to say it again, hopefully better.
He's a natural DM, and I'm not being sarcastic. This is exactly how DMing works.
Make loads of mistakes and then just continue.
But then address them directly. Like, I made a mistake. Ignore that. We're doing this now.
Yeah. This is what you need to know from now. Starting now. No, now. Okay, so you've all received a kind of mysterious, old-timey letter as you're all trying to, make your way back into the wrestling world. And you've been invited to a mansion or a castle. It's Slaying Castle. Actually, it's very
Slaying Castle.
Yeah, Slaying. It's actually Slam Castle.
Slam Castle. Yes.
Slam
Castle.
Yeah. It's Slam Castle. It was changed after its new owners, who are wrestlers. So you can see that on the. I mean, you're all wrestlers, but you do know at least the kind of little letterheads on letters and everything else, enough to be excited, enough to bother reading the stationery. I can't speak for all of you. It seems like Legal Eagle's probably good at reading stationery and spotting letterheads.
Paper is a key part of the business that I run. Yes.
There you go. Exactly. So you recognize this, and you know that the biggest wrestling show that's being started is being held there. So you're all walking in. You know that it's run by a kind of cadre of the old schools, the greatest wrestlers. So it's owned by Huck Hogan. He owns it, and he's part of the Huck's Punks. And all of them run this show. Now let us pull what everyone else is. So it's Huck Hogan. We've got Randir Savage, the Macro Man.
Love that.
Arlie the
Macro
Giant.
Man.
Macro Man, yeah. Randir Savage, the Macro. Arlie the Giant. Ryan Mysterio. And of course, the Biggie Show. So these are all. And there was a wrestler called Big E, but I didn't really know who he was, and I didn't really think calling her the Big E might have not have landed. Certainly with me, wouldn't have.
Current world champion.
Really?
Is he?
Yep.
There you go. That's the I saw it, and I was like, I don't know who that is. I won't put them in a pun name. So there you go. So that they're not going to be wrestling. They're too old for this, this shit. So they're trying to run the best goddamn wrestling show ever, and you recognize in the stationery that must be what this is. So you're all walking towards. I mean, it's Slame, as we all know, Slam Castle, but there's obviously rain. It's Ireland, loads of rain, but extra lightning just coming as you're walking up. It's classic, creaky doors. Mark, so you're all on your way, but you're actually doing different things. Does anyone think that they'd arrive first? Out of interest, is anyone really eager to get going as soon as they get there?
Oh yeah, I think Coach Carnage arrives early because he has to warm up because he's got a bum knee. His back is always given out to him. He needs to make sure he's limber, and he needs as much time as possible to make sure everything's loose and ready. Like, he arrives 2 hours early to make sure everything's warmed up.
Okay, right.
And to scope out talent.
Yeah, great. Well, so 2 hours early. There's not many people there. It's still raining and it's lightning. But you see a guy. He's bedazzled all over. It's all shine and sparkle, and he's got. I mean, it's red hair. It's like the classic, as red as you can imagine, but also a really large Elvis quiff. I mean, it's just the classic Elvis quiff, but just classic red, and he's mad pale. But really sparkly gold.
Conan O'Brien is who we're looking at it.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien, but with an Elvis quiff and a shiny suit. That's good. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. But yeah, and as soon as you get there, he's literally just setting up shop. He's actually surprised to see you there. But he quickly nudges the camera guy to actually slam the battery and the videotape back into the camera, and they they go straight up to you. He says, "Hey, Ian, I'm ENT viewer. You must know that anyway. But what are you doing here? Why you're a new blood, are you? What are you gonna do in your first match?"
I'm new blood to you, but I've been around for a long time, you know. And like gut bursts out of the like tucked in shirt. Oh, excuse me, that shouldn't really happen too early. Yeah, no, I'm here because you gotta have the good work ethic. You gotta put the time in. You gotta make sure that everything runs the way it's supposed to. You gotta give the people a show, not about these new guys coming in just last minute hoping it works out. Someone could get hurt out there. We can't. I'm not having that. Not on my show. That's why I'm here. I'm Coach Carnage.
I reckon that's. I reckon you're cutting a promo there. You're taking the mic. You know, you're speaking your mind. So you roll your 2d6s. Our first rolling. To see if you connect with the audience.
I'm so
Do
proud.
I add anything to this
your
roll?
luck. Plus your luck.
That's my luck.
I'm so
That is
proud of
0.
you, Keelan.
So it's a total of 6.
Total of 6. So for 6, unfortunately, that's a botch. No one cares. ENT viewer hasn't hadn't remembered you, you know, and then your gut burst out. It's not an excellent showing, but you gain 1 momentum.
Oh, nice.
There you are.
I
There
will
you are.
take
So
it.
it's all work. All right. Well then, you go to your backstage area, and what would that look like? What do you think? What was your even though you've just been invited here, because also it's a TV show, you have like exactly what you'd have as your.
He's got like an old rusty bench press that looks like it's held together with like hopes and dreams, and there's like chains on the sides of the side as well, and like one of those like speed bags, the kind of boxing things, and a jump rope. Those are all he needs. There's no luxuries. There's no couch or anything like that. He's always a spit bucket, definitely. There we go. That's it.
All right.
For some reason, I got it in my head that you also one of those old timey steamy like things. You know, the like you step into it and you close it, and you can just see your heads.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. too luxurious. That's for soft boys.
Also, weirdly
I
enough,
was
I was like,
really
sorry, go ahead.
I was really expecting to see some sort of troubled youth that you had taken under your wing also in the dressing room.
I mean, if they come to me, I'm not going to turn them away, but I don't keep them in my dressing room. That's left behind in the past in the biz. They don't do that, though. They don't let you do that no more.
That's I mean, that's what you used to do with Lee Eagle, right? So I mean, you know, he's just used to stay in the old wrestling in their locker room.
No comment.
All right. Well, let's give it a go. See, as I'm also DMing for the first time, I'm just trying new things and seeing if any of it works. How about 2 of you arrive at the same time? And I'm thinking it's Joe Gruuuufffy and J Money.
Do they share an Uber?
Well, I'm
No,
coming
I think
helicopter,
they both-
so I think
Fortunately-
Lee Eagle might have some trouble with the blades.
Yeah, some people would expect a man of my stature to arrive by limo, by chopper, with some sort of police escort. Not necessary. I'm still keeping it like I did when I was coming up in this game, and I soared like the eagle that I am by the power of my own wings right to the arena, and I land right at that backstage door, ready to do some goddamn work.
Nice. Well, as you land there, Joe Gruuuufffy, who I imagine might just be really hoofing it up a giant hill.
I'm direct from Montrose, helicopter, Scott. There's only one way to land into Slam Castle. Same way as the greats. Helicopter in the back. They have a pad for it. What the audience see in the ring is not the lifestyle I live outside of the ring. And that's a Joe Gruuuufffy promise.
And let me tell you, that just shows how inconsiderate he is. He knows that there are flighted individuals who are arriving at the show today, and he still chooses to disrupt the air with that monstrosity. Joe Gruuuufffy, you have less touch with the common man. Your head is so far up your ass you can't even see your own roots anymore.
All right. Well, that exact altercation has occurred, and an ENT viewer has run over with his cameraman. They're watching from afar to see if you guys say anything else, if it gets heated. But
well, I'm doing what my wrestling hero does before every match, which is eating 2 full roast chickens. And if anyone's read The Rock's autobiography, you'll know he eats 2 full roast chickens before every match. Which is a little bit
a personal offense that he would eat a bird in front of me.
Wing. The other wing. The third wing. The fourth wing.
Wait, are you double fisting these chickens?
Oh, I've got drumsticks like everywhere. Grease on my little greasy goatee. I'm just jumping down. I'm poultrying up. And I'll do the same to you in the ring later. Legal. Base yourself.
He's at long last looking as disgusting on the outside as he is on the inside, and as unappetizing as his entire program. The man is a joke, and not the kind of ha-ha joke, the kind of like sad joke that, you know, it made its money and then it stopped trying. What you want to be is you want to look up to the eagle. You want to keep your eye on the sky, baby. You want to look at Lee Eagle.
I mean,
you should soar like me.
If that's not cutting a promo, I don't know what is. I mean, you've got the microphone. ENT interviewer was already over beside you. He recognizes you, you know, from your previous career. He was just waiting for something like this to happen. He's very excited. So he's there. So the mic's right there for you to have grabbed that if you want. So you roll 2d6, and we'll see plus your looks.
Obviously, I have looks of +2, and the roll. I swear to God. The roll was a 12 anyway.
I mean, wow. So that's a crit. So I mean, that really lands. You connect with the audience. You get to pick 2 of the below things. You have everyone's attention, so you can either make me book you in a match as the winner, add a stipulation to a relevant match, or force Ben to come out and respond to your promo. Or gain 1 heat. So you can pick 2. Gain 1 heat with Joe Gruuuufffy here. So I imagine you're getting the heat anyway. I was going to say it's probably one of the pictures, but
I'm definitely getting that heat with Joe Gruuuufffy.
Do you want to force him out to address you, or do you want?
I want to hear what that goddamn piece of trash has to say.
All right, Joe Gruuuufffy, you've been summoned. You were already there. He's really landed with the audience. They all love him and they hate you a lot. You know, you're already starting to lose, like, you know,
an almost unimaginable 14.
Yeah, you're basically just like the gum in his shoe as far as the audience is concerned. You arrived in a helicopter, but then he completely slammed you, and you know. You can grab the mic. ENT interviewers are all too happy to run over to you with the microphone. And
you're on mute.
Oh, you're
muted.
You're on
he's
mute.
Speechless. Oh, he's speechless.
Classic heel move.
I was waiting until the mic was over to me, so I'm there speaking as ENT interviewer.
Were you just pretending the mic was dead? Like...
Yeah, he had already started, and even though in wrestling shows people,
yeah,
it's got that thing where you know that he's yelling so loud. You still can't really hear any of it, you know. ENT over.
What I was saying is I love how in this and in all wrestling there is only ever one mic, so you do really have to snatch it from someone else to take control.
Yeah, the Lord of Flies approach to smack talk.
Yeah.
Who has the wrestle conch?
So as ENT Eagle comes over, I go, now next we have up ENT interviewer. You're talking Lee Eagle. Now, tell me more about that. I think we've lost Ian. He's not on the line anymore. We might go to our next caller. And my next caller is actually me, Joe Gruuuufffy. I reckon I have one message for you, Lee Eagle. There's going to be 2 calls tonight. 1, the ref calling you totally knocked out. And 2, you calling in to me tomorrow to complain about your bin charges going up.
All right. I mean, that's cutting a promo as well. That happens a lot at the start of this game. Just everyone knows. It's just, you know, I'm not that bad at DM that, you know, I'm only doing the one rule that I learned. Everyone just cuts promos. You don't even know how to fight. It's just like every time you just grab them.
My understanding is this is half of wrestling anyway. So
this is wrestling, right? You just continuously yell at each other, and no one actually touches anyone.
I would also like to get this close, like sweat to Lee Eagle.
Yeah,
and just look for a while.
I don't think he sweats if he's a bird.
No, but I'm sweating profusely. I'm already slick with sweat.
It's all
you don't know why.
Well, you have to roll your 2d6.
And my luck. I can tell you I have 0 luck. So there's no way to get the same as a 14. But I can get a 6.
Oh, that's a botch. But you gain 1 momentum.
Nice.
The audience never liked you, and nothing that you said actually really landed. It was a bit of a sketch. You didn't really quite rise to the occasion, in the same way that an eagle can rise to an occasion. So, I mean, you brought your own fake way of flying, the helicopter.
I'm sore. He's soaring.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing is a smear campaign on Joe Duffy, really, isn't it?
Grumpy,
Your audience isn't
Grumpy.
listening.
For legal
no one took
reasons,
you
it's Grumpy. There's a very special G and an R in front of that name.
Now, real quick, because I rolled so high, do I also get momentum?
Good question. He literally couldn't have done any better.
Two things. You got him to come out and respond, and you gain heat. But I will say, I mean, you were booked to be one of the matches, the two of you anyway. So this has worked out perfectly.
And I gain momentum just for showing up. That's the life of a luminary.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say you rolled so well that in your match, I'm gonna allow you to add a stipulation, if you'd like.
Do I have to decide now, or can I announce the stipulation?
You can announce the stipulation as we go in towards the match.
Drama.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Allow me to, while everyone else is doing their thing, whip out the real book and read the stipulation options.
I'm not sure that they really give you that much heads up on what the stipulation could be. I think it's just really like, the types of matches. I
think you can pick any, obviously the types of matches, but you can kind of pick anything.
You can really just say, yeah, I've got a gun and I shoot him. You can't.
I choose to
I'd
fight
be
at
fucked
60
in a ladder match, I'll tell you that much. You just go gets it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Unfortunately, there's so many of these rules of matches that I was like, well, that match will just never come up. But really, I've scuppered myself. So you can pick any type of thing. We'll figure it out. So that's you guys. You go back to your respective areas. What do your areas look like? Out of interest.
Mine has an on-air sign that's always red in front of the door, and the camera never comes in, but you can see through the viewing booth beside this that I sit at a table full of dials and knobs, constantly flashing lights. I put my little belt bag down. It clanks with the sound as if it's filled with old rotary phones, because it is.
All right. So I need to do this again. And legal.
Well, obviously my rider is extensive and specific. I demand my own dressing room to be filled entirely with straw.
Okay. That was tough to do, to be honest.
It was, but let me tell you, when I get out there and I bring the house down, it's going to be worth the wages of every cleaner required to make that room what it once was.
I'm imagining like a Scrooge McDuck gold pile, but it's all actually straw.
It's all straw. And lest we forget, the eagle is not just an eagle. He is also a man of the law. So I need to have a reference library nearby at all times, in addition to the evidence gathered in the deposition of Joe Gruuuufffy.
Oh,
so like boxes.
I mean, he's bringing a suit to you, which you do appear to need from your description.
Very much so.
Paralegals. That's what else is in the room. We got like water, straw, a half dozen paralegals.
All right. Perfect.
Small-time Irish nerds pursue legal action against Joe Duffy.
Grumpy. I cannot express this enough. Any
Everyone
resemblance to other characters, fictional or otherwise, is completely coincidental.
So, Warlock, as you walk in,
Can I?
and how are you entering?
Yeah.
How are you choosing to enter the venue?
So with rain and lightning, I just appear like Slenderman out of the darkness. like the monster is described as like a big guy, but I want to be like gaunt big, like like Doug Jones kind of like fullness and slendery, kind of thing.
Pretty human, but not quite human.
Yeah, and he seems to he's got a long like black trench coat thing that makes it look like he glides around the place,
Nice.
Are you basically the gentleman from Buffy?
Yes, except for with a long trench coat and gliding, because they have suits. They are better dressed than I am.
Well, ENT viewer does spot you. He doesn't spot you initially, actually. He does a double check.
Just
holding
spot you
on,
until it's too late.
Standing behind him, breathing down his neck. He's like, another fresh young blood. We just heard that there's that you're booked for the first match, actually. So, what do you think? You've got your opponent, the coach, who's already come in now, and he's been here for hours preparing to destroy you. I think. I mean, I can only imagine. It's the world of wrestling.
I should grind his bones to dust.
Okay.
And take the souls of the audience.
Well, let's see how the audience react to that. As I cut a promo, roll your 2d6.
Okay, cool. I'm also using Eldritch dice as well.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
If you roll 6s, he gets
Well, I got a 7.
plus your luck.
Got a 7.
7's good.
But
Seven's good.
I forgot this. Do you have heat with Coach Carnage? Does that mean like all rolls? How does heat work? I forgot to add it to my roll, but
No, heat. The heat's just
for audience.
It's for the audience. If you can get your heat up to 4, then when you're in a match, if you walk into a match with heat 4 with a person, you're going to get like free audience, I think. And if you end up on 4 heat at the end of a match, even if you've won, you'll get the same.
Cool.
So the only way you can add to your rolls is momentum, and you haven't had much opportunity to get much momentum. So you rolled a 7, which is actually is I mean, the others, all they had to do was roll a 7, not a 6, and they wouldn't have botched. So I mean, the audience is intrigued with Warlock. You know, no one really knows what's going on here, but they didn't really like a look at the coach. You know, Coach Carnage didn't really impress them. So they're kind of, you know, weirdly they're on Warlock's side a bit. You know, they're still booing you, but they're more interested. They're more interested in you. So you get to pick. You can either gain 1 heat with the coach. You can force him to come out and respond, in which case he can cut his own promo and you know, work up some other heat. You can add a stipulation to a relevant match, which is something I should probably stop giving away so often. And the last one is to make me book you in a match, but you're in a match. So that's good.
Yeah, I wanna call out Coach Carnage.
Okay, so you're not gonna take the heat, Grant. Well, calling out the Carnage. So yeah, you hear this. You're in your locker room. You've been there for hours. You know?
Yeah.
You've been there for hours, partly stewing on the fact that the audience really didn't. You know, you came back here. It was your big.
What audience? No one was there yet.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, exactly. He came far too early. You didn't impress the I was going to say the caretakers.
I think I'm sat on the end of my bench press watching like the audience that is now there, like just losing their minds at J Money and Joe Gruuuuffy's like face-to-face kind of tension, and then people being terrified of Warlock and just watching all this as far as I'm concerned shit show, and just there's a pile of stubbed out cigarettes as well. It's like there's a freaking circus. And then I'm just kind of just staring down Warlock, being like, "This freak show."
Okay, but you're not gonna go out and yell at him or anything. You're gonna stay there.
So hang on. So how does calling out work? What has he actually done?
What he's called, yeah. So I guess it's just he needs you to respond. That's a response. That's fine. That's good. That's very good, and it makes sense because if you do go out, I mean, you're about to. What's fun about the wrestling TV show, and I don't know if the audience would enjoy that, but if you do go out and then yell at them, you're both going to have to respectively leave and then immediately come in with your own intros and start to get into the ring. So
they do that quite
okay.
often, where they cut to another camera for the other promo in another situation.
Yeah,
as if both know what's going on. So it makes sense in the wrestling world.
That was a good response. So you're actually here. I mean, yeah, you've got, you know, a couple of minutes, but actually we're calling for the first ring. You all know that the basic setup is, you know, you're fighting for your chance to be a part of the show. You're all trying to make it big and make an impression. And people who I haven't mentioned, you can see, like yourselves, have your own. You have all your own habitats. You've walked by all sorts of habitats. You know, like there's a church. There's just a bunch of cables. There's some rolling hills. You know, it's just a pub.
I didn't get it. Yeah, I just wanted to say the mine's just a forest. It's just a dark forest. That's it.
You hadn't got a chance. So yeah, you get to. I mean, you get to return. I think you know, that the coach has responded to you. You see it on the screen, and you can make your way off to your forest. Is it just how long? Like it's just a dark forest. I think like it's all inside, but loads of tree trunks top to bottom.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like, and I also like it stipulates on the front that like, don't come in, you will be lost in here, like you know, for insurance reasons.
Yeah.
There's a John Lithgow like character going, "Go on, get out of here! Don't you see we don't want you no more.
Go on, get."
So, and every time someone opens the door going like, Mr. Warlock, you're being called, he just appears from the biggest tree. Like, there you go.
Perfect. So you're both in your matches, and you're summoned to your match. As far as I understand, it's your grand entrance. So I don't know who wants to enter first, but I reckon it's Coach Carnage coming in first. I think he's been there long enough.
He's been waiting, like limbered up.
He's eager. He's already done his tech run through before the show started. They really know his opening, like bang on. So, so what is your opening? What's your music? What you're walking into the ring. Warlock hasn't arrived yet. So how's it going?
I think, like, before in front of the gangway to walk down, like an American flag unfurls because he's very much sees himself as like this all American guy, and Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA starts playing, and like it's coming through. It sounds almost like it's in an old gramophone, like, and he's like, it's loud but not so loud to deafen the audience, so you can actually kind of hear Coach Carnage singing along. He's like, "Born in the USA, cha 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 cha, born, I love this life, you gotta love the boss, you gotta, oh, here we go, up to the ropes, whoopsie daisy," and he kind of just about catches it, stops himself from catching his toe on the rope as he comes in. "Oh, all right, here we go. All right, the coach is in the ring, coming back in to take his title back. Come on," getting trying to like hop up on the turnbuckles and trying to like hype up the crowd, being like, come on, hit me."
Well, I would say everyone can do a move called Cheap Heat, which is when you insult or praise the audience. And I think you were trying to excite the audience, that you were trying to like pump up specifically the audience.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to respect me as an athlete. Like maybe I'll start doing like just jumping jacks and stuff, and try and do a backflip, and hopefully my sciatica don't kick in. I'm gonna say you're going for some cheap heat. You're kind of raising them up. It's usually like isn't Slane so great or stuff like that, but you're showing off for them. So it's just a free +1 momentum. Oh,
so
nice.
That's what's happening there for what you did. So that's good.
Nice. I will take it.
And actually, no, that's all right. And so, great.
Oh, wait, hang on. So is there, like, can I talk to the crowd? Like, is there a mic?
Yeah, you can grab a mic if you want. There's always a mic.
Okay.
At there is only the one mic, but interestingly, it exists in all locations. It's hanging from every string.
That's okay.
You can always grab a mic from wherever.
Then if I already have the momentum, but I just want to, like, grab the mic from above and be like, does everybody here in Slam tonight want to see me put down a monster? And it's like gesturing as if I'm like shooting.
Oopsie daisy. Oopsie. And you see people with signs with oopsie daisy.
I'm actually very okay with that being his like catchphrase.
Yeah, it's going well. I mean, it's kind of, you took the mics out. I mean, you can cut another promo if you want. See if this one goes better. Let's get the audience, I'll wait till the roll. A roll 2d6.
2d6. Okay.
And it's plus luck again.
Oh. That's a 2. I think he's like opens his mouth to say something, and then he's like, "My back!" Oh god!
No, you did a great job. It's just that the audience saw you before. I mean, they didn't, but they played it. They played it to everyone as they came in.
Was that like playing on the screens overhead while I was coming in? So
most of the other wrestlers arrived a lot later, so really your interview kept playing. They didn't have any other footage while people were walking in. They were like, "This is great. No one arrives this early." So. No one's on board. Unfortunately, you gain more momentum. You're really barreling towards a close.
So I get another +1 to that. So
You
that's
get
2
another
altogether.
+1. You've got a lot of
Nice,
momentum.
okay. Because they want to get me out of here as soon as they can.
And then, I mean, yeah, how do you want to enter? Does Warlock want to kind of break his entrance into like mid-speech for the coach? With that, how that went? He's welcome to, or he's welcome to wait his turn and come out in a kind of.
I think as he's giving the speech, like the place is filling up with fog, you know, and
Yeah.
like, I want like his entrance is like a cauldron comes out and there's witches like pretending to do a potion and like spacing some spell, and there's like a big archway that he like when they say the spell he like walks through as if he's been summoned, and
Like,
to the song
Rumble, rumble, toil and tumble.
Yeah, and to his song, it is Glory Hammer, Rise of the Chaos Wizards. And if no one knows Glory Hammer, please,
Oh, they're
please don't. They are power metal.
Scottish power metal.
Yeah, which I do like the line: "Wizards of Chaos fight to control the brave king of Dundee."
They've got
Do you
a
wanna
whole
give us
concept
any
album
kinda-
about Dundee.
Any
It's
indication of
fucking-
what that might sound like?
No, I'm not even gonna try, man, because I try, like, across the galaxy, a new force of evil is rising. Wizards of the Chaos fight to control the brave king of Dundee, intertwined by mystical spells to know where the sorcerer is hidden. Stuff. It is very like, it's.
I mean, the audience is excited. They're underwhelmed.
He glides up to the ring as well, and like just the lights go out, and then he appears in the ring beside like Coach Carnage. Takes the
This
thing.
is legitimately one of the best intros I've ever heard. Like, so good. Like, coming out of a potion, being somewhere, appearing in a ring. Fucking hell, that's exciting.
All right, when he appears beside you, actually, as it goes, he's got the control. So you can go straight into so what this means for the people back at home is whoever has control basically has the control to say whatever they want about how the match is going for their future. Coach Carnage, other players have the chance to interrupt and take control, or if Warlock is to botch some of his moves, he might lose some of his control over the match. So you've got control. I haven't told you who's booked yet, so go at it.
But I was gonna grab the mic off him and just be like, you know, because he's
sorry.
gonna destroy Warlock. He's just like, I will destroy you, old man, and take all your souls, pointing to the audience again. He doesn't have a lot of things to say.
Okay, well, I mean, that sounds like a cheapie as well. You're insulting the audience. They're booing you, but they're loving booing you, and they're kind of cheering. It sounds like the boo sounds like a cheer, you know.
They're saying boo earns.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're all collecting.
Boo.
So
That's +1 momentum for you.
Because I'm a babyface and Warlock is healed, do we both get +1 heat to this as well?
Sorry, so each of you has +1 heat with one another. I should have said that at the end of the other
Cool.
thing. So we have 2 heal characters and 2 babyface characters, I believe. The 2 heal characters are Warlock and Joe Gruuuufffy.
It's as you expect, I suppose.
Yeah, in case anyone was surprised by that, and Lee Eagle and Coach Carnage are 2 babyfaces. Babyfaces and heels. I have no idea if that's a standard wrestling term.
Heal definitely is.
Yeah, heel. I mean, like heel, but yeah. They all. So the babyfaces are the good guys, the heels are the bad guys, as you might expect. So as it happens, there's lots of ways, complicated ways of deciding who gets control first. But Warlock, you've got first control for your match.
Yeah, so he says that, and then he just like locks with Coach Carnage, I guess.
Straight into it.
Yeah, just straight up into like locking up, and like I guess he tries to like tries to turn him into a headlock. I guess I'm literally going off the reference sheet because I have no idea how this works. So
that's basically how it works. You can do whatever you want. I mean, you came in with magical spells, you know.
That is true. Yeah.
And then you're like, but I don't know how to move my limbs.
Yeah, I think I get it a headlock, and then I'm just like doing some weird kind of movements with my other hands, as if I'm trying to like hypnotize him or something.
Okay, so you're doing like a weird hypnosis move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not your standard. What do you call that? I'm gonna say,
That's got to be real.
yeah. Well, oddly enough, I think it's a wrestling move. So I think you roll plus your heat with this character.
Okay.
And you're showcasing an innovative and exciting remover that requires both of you to achieve, which I think is.
Oh, cool. So I have to roll to make this work as well.
No, it just means that you're on board. He really needs you to be on board with him hypnotizing you.
I'm complete. That's fucking genius. I'm completely on board with that. That's so fucking cool. He's straight off the bat, appearing from nowhere.
In yourself. In yourself.
Now remember, at the time of
Stop trying so hard.
before he
Stop
rolls,
hitting yourself.
before he rolls, you can choose to interrupt. It costs a momentum to do so, and you'll gain control of it.
No, I'm gonna let this play out. I as a player want to see what happens here.
Cool. So that's a wrestling move. Yeah, roll your 2d6 plus heat.
So I got 6 plus my 1 heat is 7, I guess.
Okay, 7. So you're between 7 and 9. You've kept everyone's attention, and you can choose whether or not to hand control of the match over to your opponent or gain +1 momentum. Oh wait, no, hand your control over to the moment and gain 1 momentum, or keep control. So you can keep your control and gain nothing, or you can give Coach Carnage control, but you get +1 momentum.
I want to keep control with the hypnosis thing.
Yeah. So
Getting control is the whole point.
Yeah.
So you've hypnotized him. He's, I imagine that the crowd was not expecting this. You've constantly shown them that they have no idea what Warlock is or what's going on. They've never seen someone walk in and just immediately hypnotize, especially someone so powerful looking at the same time. So they're pretty excited. They're going for it. Coach Carnage, I guess you're hypnotized, and Warlock still has control. So how does this pursue? How does this go?
I kind of wanted to. I guess I wanted to climb one of the cornered Oh no, actually no, I got a better one. No, I want him to bow down to Warlock, as if he's like a servant kind of thing, like he's kneeling down and bowing down to Warlock, and then. Yeah, I guess I got to showboat a bit and kind of walk around him, kind of like looking crazily at the crowd. Kind of thing.
I mean, I reckon that's probably just being a heel, in many ways. But that would actually require you to spend some momentum, so I'm not going to do that to you. It's just kind of cutting a promo again. It's just kind of the audience are booing you, but they're really happy booing you.
There's a thing here, work the audience.
Yeah.
So when you pump up, lambast, or otherwise work to get the crowd cheering or jeering you, roll plus audience.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
I have it here. Am I right in thinking that myself and Jay Money or Joe Gruuuufffy and Lee Eagle are ringside as the announcers?
Yeah. So you guys have actually just arrived as the announcers. The match started very quickly, but that's a whole mechanic I completely forgot about. So you are right in thinking. You're right in thinking both of you are spending your time as announcers. You can not be your wrestlers as announcers if you'd like.
I'd like to be an Oklahoma sumbitch with a big wide hat. Named Tim the Boss.
Tim the Boss, yeah. And you can be Lee Eagle, or you can be a completely different person for being the announcer.
No, I'll be some sort of highly credible New York Jewy type, who's just deeply knowledgeable.
Correct.
But neurotic. Yeah.
Okay, so each of you has collectively the ability to hype up someone and give them a kind of some free momentum or promo by really excitedly, announcing what's going on stage. So you're welcome to do that whenever at any point in time, and you can do that to each player. Each of you can do it to each player. Why not? Let's let you have as much momentum to throw around as absolutely possible. If you'd like, you do it before you do it after someone rolls for their thing. So you can really decide if they've done well or not. So. Yes, you guys are announcing. If you ever have anything to say, you can go ahead and do it. I believe. What were we saying? He rolls.
Plus audience.
Plus audience. Yeah.
What we got here, ladies and gentlemen, is a classic match between Warlock and Coach Carnage. That's some bitch. Now,
Look, I've got to say that in all my years of watching wrestling, I have seen a lot of things happen. I have seen Coach Carnage do a lot of those things. What I have never seen is Coach Carnage lose not only a physical battle, but seemingly a mental battle with the forces of magic that have been brought by the Warlock here today. I've got to say, it takes a lot to surprise me, and the Warlock has done it. I've got to give props to the Warlock in this moment.
All right. Well, I mean, I think he's given you +1 momentum. I think it sounds like he's giving you his +1 momentum for your next for your work in the audience role.
Yes.
So Warlock, you've got an extra momentum which you can use should you need it. You're rolling plus audience.
So I think that starts with 1. Is this at the start?
Yeah, you start with 1, unless your character specifically doesn't or anything like that.
And then what? Does that momentum get added onto this?
You can keep it or you can use it for this.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, it's fine. You just have to roll.
Yeah,
You can choose after you roll.
Yeah, no. Oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna I got a 9 with the audience thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, bumping it up to a 10 is like your.
Is it 10 better? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna just bump it up to a 10. Yeah, I'll bump it up to.
All right. There you go. That's exactly what the announcer is there for as well. So, yeah, that pops big with you. Him, which is literally what it says. He's bowing to you. The audience is loving it. Like I said, they really weren't impressed with Coach Carnage. So you can spend at this junction. You can spend another momentum to gain +1 heat with your current opponent. And the crowd couldn't wait to see you fight them again. Or you can bask in the moment and get 1 momentum. So you can spend momentum to transform this into heat, and then everyone will be like, "You've got a good story," or you can just really, really soak it in and enjoy it while the audience is kind of boo cheering you.
I'm gonna gain the heat against Coach Carter or Coach Carnage, not Carter, Coach Carnage.
All right. So you
I think I've invited that upon myself, unfortunately.
You've got +1 heat with the coach, and you still have control. So it's up to you.
Cool. I'm gonna he's gonna stop as with Coach Carnage bowing. He's gonna do what he calls his Eldritch Blast, which is essentially he just runs as hard as he can at the guy and just tries to dive bombs. What is it like spearing him while he's bowing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and interrupt that if I can.
Yeah.
But I spend momentum on that?
You spend 1 momentum to interrupt. And where is it? You run the interrupt ability. Yeah, it's just you gain control. You just spend the momentum to gain control of the roll or anything. So now you're in control. You can dodge that.
As he's running at me, then I want to wake up and be like, "No, you freak!" I'm going to turn around and try and I think it's a stunner. Is that what it's called? When you just grab someone's head and slam them down. I want to
You can't just do Stone Cold Steve Austin's finish.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
He can do what he wants.
I basically want to try and use his momentum against him and just kind of I want to try and flip him over so that he's in I've got him. So he's running at me and I've turned around and I flipped him over. So then we're both on the ground and I've got him in a chokehold.
You want to do it?
He's between my legs, if that makes sense.
Do it. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
There we go.
Oh, hang on.
Tilt-a-whirl back running at you. You're going to take his momentum. You're going to flip him all the way upside down, throw your knee out, and slam him down on your knee. He's on the ground and he's all yours. Get on top. Take whatever you want.
That's got weirdly sexual towards the end, but that's exactly what I want to do.
That sounds to me like a pretty technical move.
For an answer.
I would say that is roll plus work. You're showcasing your technique.
Nice. Okay, I'm good at work.
Yeah.
Put the work in. That's 6. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay, so you two momentum. You can go. This is a wrestling move, just in case you want to for your own benefit. But you rolled an 8, so you've kept everyone's attention. They're actually the booing is starting to die down. Some of the cheering is going your way.
Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy.
You can hand control over again and gain +1 momentum, or you can just retain control of the match. Is how that went. But the audience they've turned a bit. They really haven't seen anything from you except for bumbling, and then you pulled off quite an excellent move. So
I think I'm going to try and I want to hang on to control, but instead of following up on another move, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to start like pacing on the other side of the ring and point at Warlock and be like, "You make me sick. Get up. Come on, get up."
all right. Okay. So you're showcasing your
Yeah, I want to like show that I don't need to take the advantage. I want him to come at me and I want it to be a fair fight. So I want to, yeah, that's what I want to kind of like broadcast that to the audience. That like, I don't need a pylon.
All right. Well, if you'd like, and you do have a lot of momentum, I'm happy to call this you doing your baby face move, kind of showing off your character.
Yeah. I think that fits. Like, he's an honorable fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend 2 momentum to do this, but you gain either +1 heat. You can leave him speechless. You can make you the booking to win the match, or you can expose the villainous Haver to book a cheater to lose a match. So you could pick you could pick to wreck the only other match that you know about going.
I don't think we'll go with that. What does rendering him speechless do?
I don't know. I guess it means that he can't interrupt or anything else like that. I mean, he's like he doesn't have any way of getting back to you. He's just like he's rendered speechless. The audience will be with you.
Yeah, I think the coach wants the crowd on his side. I think he desperately needs that attention more than he'll admit.
Yeah.
So I think he says like, "Come on," and then when Warlock doesn't like have anything in response, I'm going to turn my back and like hold my arms out to the audience and be like, "You see, this freak doesn't know what he can handle. It's a real oopsie daisy on his part. You know what I'm talking about."
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah. The audience is coming over with you. I think you gain +1 heat with him.
Nice. And I lose 2 momentum. Yeah.
You've lost 2 momentum. Yeah.
Cool.
So they're excited. They're really starting to enjoy what's being laid down here. I will say actually. You are booked to win the match. Tell you at this juncture, which doesn't mean that Paul or that Warlock can't decide to try to win the match, but it's a break keyfrabe roll, and it's particularly punishing if he does try and fail. So you're both working towards Coach Carnage's win. He was always booked, but this has worked out quite well. The audience are on your side now. You're an underdog and a really old dog, so it's not about learning new tricks so much as showing how many tricks you did learn when you were a young dog that you can still do.
Nice.
And that's what all of the audience is yelling somehow at the same time.
That full long.
That whole sentence.
It's not about learning new tricks, but it's about showing us the tricks you did know when you were a younger dog. Oopsie
People
daisy.
are updating their oopsie daisy signs to that full.
Yeah. It
They turn
came
the
out
sign
like
around, it's
it's got
pre-written.
your head. There's a big screen and it's got your head bouncing along the words of a sentence, and they're all saying, and the audience is loving it. It's a lot of fun for them. The long not very well flowing sentence is kind of in character. It's working. So the audience there, you've got control. Warlock is just on the ground while you've been showboating. I don't know if he's gotten up or anything else like that. And then
I'm gonna interrupt.
Oh.
I'm gonna take control.
That's a cost. Momentum.
Yep. While Coach Carnage's back is turned, Warlock's gonna punch him in the head. In the back of the head.
My God, this man has no honor. He's going straight to hell if he wasn't born there. Warlock, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch, Warlock!
I think that's giving you +1 momentum as well. From the announcer, if that's all right with. It seems like what Ben was doing.
Oh yeah, I'm a testimonial kind of guy.
Yeah.
I can bring Satan, hell, or some bitches into this. I'm gonna.
Okay, great. Well then, you've stolen control. You've punched him in the back of the head.
Yeah. And then...
you can, if you want, spend 2 momentum on being a heel. It's very similar to him when he rolled the babyface move just there.
I think I'm gonna try to do another move.
That's how you get control. You can just go ahead with that.
Yeah, so like after he punches like Coach Carnage in the back of the head, he's gonna grab him and kind of just lift him over his head to display how strong Warlock is.
This is an athletic.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh no! Yeah, this is an athletic feat. So you roll plus your body.
Yeah. Oh, I got a 10 because my body is plus.
Oh, so you grab him easily. It's like it was really light and quick, almost too quick. You know, I mean, everyone was getting on board with Carnage, and then you just like whoop, pick him up with no effort whatsoever. You gain +1 heat with your opponent, or if you don't have an opponent and you're just showing off, you gain 2 momentum. Well, you do have an opponent, so you gain 1 heat.
Cool.
Yeah, and you've got him in the air. Are you doing anything? You're gonna slam him onto the ground. You're just gonna twirl him back.
I'm gonna do the whole thing where I just drop him, like I just step back and drop him, kind of thing.
Like a pair of dumbbells after you've
yeah, just
after you've done some weightlifting, just drop them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, just
I mean, the audience feels that they were just on board. You know, they're just on board.
Coach looks like he slipped a disc. Oh God!
My God, he's an old man. Show some respect. He's a veteran of the sport.
Yeah, I tried to avoid the work real stuff, which is literally just I'm actually trying to hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you're a bad guy, you know. So yeah, I mean, you can do that. Injuries is a whole thing that like more DMing for me to do. Should DMs do that just constantly discourage anyone in the game?
I think hardcore needs to get injuries to make this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to get so many injuries.
All right. Well, you've got control. Remember that ultimately Coach Carnage is booked to win here.
But you have to make it look good. You can't just let it.
Yeah. No, I'm just reminding you of the situation. You've got control. You can go ahead. You can do what you want.
Yeah. So after I drop him, I'm gonna like lift him up again, but not over my head. Like I'm gonna lift him back onto his feet, and then I'm gonna do. I think it's a whip where you whip them towards the ropes.
The cord buckle.
Yeah. Well, actually, just to the ropes.
Okay.
Kind of thing, and I'm gonna try punch him again. While he's like bouncing back towards me.
Right. I mean, that's just a wrestling move, I think. It's not a particularly athletic feat. So you roll. I mean, it's not even much. I'd say you roll plus body, because it's going to be all strength behind a punch.
Okay. So I got 8 this time.
8 this time. So you can choose to hand over control and gain +1 momentum, or you can retain control of the match.
No, I'm gonna hand over control.
All right. So I mean, like he's just boxed you, and the camera's moved with the punch straight to Carnage.
I'm gonna use as he makes contact. I'm gonna flip up behind, so I'm like upside down behind him, doing a reverse piggyback.
Oh, nice. This seems like an athletic feat, although I mean, if you want to call it, yeah, it's up to you whether or not it's an athletic feat. In which case, you're using your body, or
I think it becomes an athletic feat because then I want to kind of like, while still holding on with my arms, like kick my legs out to try and like flip him back.
Okay, so I was going to say you can showcase your innovative and exciting maneuvers and stuff if you want, but that's rolling plus heat or plus work for wrestling move. But if you're athletic feat, so you're going with your body.
What's up to you? What do you think I should roll for that?
Well, it's what you're doing. Are you using your physical strength more, or are you trying to use your skill more?
I think this is probably strengths more.
Strength more. Okay, correct. So that's an athletic feat then. So you're rolling plus your body. Cool.
Okay, I rolled a 9, but I have a -1 to body, so that's an 8.
Oh.
So I'm not as young as I used to be.
Nice. Well, a 9's perfect. So it was a cool move, but you show some strain. That's exactly what you've said. You're not as young as you used to be. You pull out an excellent move. You're on his back. Have you done anything else other than that? Did I miss?
So basically, I think I'm upside down doing like a reverse piggyback, and I flipped him. And the idea is that I've got him now upside down on the ground, and I'm sat up. If that makes sense.
Okay, great.
My God, he's got him in the Carnage crippler. He's at his mercy. He's at the mercy of the coach.
Where was I? Yeah. So you gain +1 momentum, but either you hurt yourself and you have to forfeit your next scheduled match while you recover, or someone steps in to cover for you and you pull it off with their help.
I think hurting himself makes sense. I think the coach has
Okay.
overstretched himself a little bit.
I'm not going to say you forfeit your next match, but you're injured. I think if you
Yeah.
have another proper injury in say your next match or anything else like that, we're going to call it a full. You'll be.
Yeah, I think after being dropped twice and doing this, I think the coach has definitely fucked up his back a little bit. I think an injury makes the most sense.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, we'll call it functionally for not for the rules. You're injured, but you're not like completely banned. Yeah. So you can't step.
I'm gonna
back.
feel that in the morning.
Perfect. Well, you've got control. So it's up to you. You've got him in what seems a bit like a pin.
Yeah. Okay. I want to try and like transition into like a regular looking leg lock and try and like get him to tap out.
Okay. If you're trying to get, if you were trying to get, and I might ask J Money, would you say it's an athletic feat if the giant strength person is trying to be tapped out by an arm lock, or is this a skill thing?
This is all skill. I'm thinking you're going for like a single leg Boston crab.
Sure. Yeah.
It's all about getting the angles right, and then getting that twist on the lower back. I think this is a feat of athleticism. And I'm not just saying that because I know you have -1 body.
I think he's made a perfect case for it. So you're rolling plus work.
Nice. So that is a 9 + 2, 11.
11.
It's all about the fundamentals, you freak.
The audience loves it. They continue to boo, but for Warlock. But it's kind of on your side now, more than it was before. And some people are just cheering and continuing to say that incredibly long sentence. They're enjoying it.
It's not about showing us the tricks you've learned as an old dog, but about showing us the tricks you learned earlier as a younger dog. We've added some bits to it while you've been wrestling. It's
unclear if they're still saying it from the first time or if they've repeated saying it.
It's only just made its way around the arena now, and they've got like a game of telephone going on.
Some silence, and someone's like,
each section.
Yeah, everyone's adding their own bit of flavor.
You rolled 10, so you keep control and you gain momentum, and the audience is entirely on your side. They're going wild. They love this. They didn't think they had it in you at all. Now that you've got control, so you can kind of say whether or not it's working incredibly well. So I reckon Warlock is close to tapping out. It's up to you whether or not it continues, or you can kind of.
If nothing else, we're at 9:30, so it might be a good time to take a break. So I'm going to try and.
Please, for the love of God, tap out Warlock. He's breaking you in half. Please, oh God!
I'm going to try and force him to tap out. I'm going to try and force it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to do another.
But I'm going to like be bigging up the crowd, being like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
If Warlock is smart, he'll know that he has a long night ahead of him, and he should save the injury, tap now, and live to fight another day.
I can't watch. My God! God Almighty!
I think this is just to make it even more like spectacular. I think it's going to be one of these things where the lights go out and Warlock's not going to be there. But it's obvious.
Forfeit. Nice. So yeah, you come back. Everyone's stunned. I don't know.
Where you go?
I got a stone cold stunner.
And then if I could just take control a little bit just for his win. The screen suddenly comes on and it's just, "I'll get you next time," and then slowly fades into blackness again.
Nice.
I'm going to say you get +1 momentum for that, and for I think the announcers are giving you some momentum as well. That's
a great finisher.
The audience was incredibly excited, and the lights went out, and they kind of, they didn't expect any of this, the spells, anything else. They didn't like you, but they loved you. It was at the same time. So as you,
I'll hunt you down, Warlock. I'll take you down if it's the last thing I do. You make me sick.
And you exit, just run out of the ring, or do you're heading back?
I think I'll run out and be like, "You'll see this. We'll finish this. I swear to God we'll finish this back in this ring and you'll all be witnesses. I wouldn't leave you out of this for a second. Come back here, Warlock. Ah, and then run down.
Did you say witness it? No, I'm kidding.
Notarized.
That's a good time to call for a break, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what does Ben? I never listened to him at this part.
Do you want
say,
me to-
like,
I can
Do
still
your
do it.
poops and your peas, is what he says. It'd be good not to say that, to be honest, because I'm never that on board with that one.
I say
and
it every time.
I just said it though. I did already just say it, so you know.
I never
You don't
liked
tell
when you say
people, they
those
won't
things,
do it.
Ben.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had both ways. I had my cake and I ate it too, as a DM can.
My God, he's gone mad with power.
Yeah, this coup, it could be around for a long time. We may never get Ben back in control. All right, everyone will be back in 15 minutes,
Yeah.
or however long. And please come back for the next exciting. We've got another match and hopefully a big exhibition at the end. So let's see how this
Jay
whole
Money,
works out.
or not Jay Money, excuse me, Lee Eagle. It's just
Lee
so
Eagle,
confusing
yeah.
with the dressing gown.
It's J Money as well.
Lee Eagle versus Joe Gruuuufffy.
Lee Eagle versus Joe Gruuuufffy, which everyone was already. They thought they thought that's all they cared about watching.
This
Well,
one's gonna
That's
be
why
fun.
everyone's here, realistically.
That I grew up in as an eagle.
yeah, that they're also there for that. All right, let's have a break and we'll see you in 15.
The year 50. Hello.
Hello and welcome, everyone, to our second part and our wrestling extravaganza. Little bit of housekeeping before I do anything else. Paul, I don't know, or Warlock, I don't know what your heat was at the end of the match with Coach Carnage. It was on 3. Okay.
I got 3 with Coach Carnage.
And Coach Carnage, you are?
I'm on 4.
Oh, nice. So at +4, if you end the match at +4 heat, you get +1 audience. So, I mean, everyone's like, they're talking about you. I mean, it's the only match they've seen today. But they saw you when they were walking in. They enjoyed all of the. They enjoyed.
I would have paid attention.
They're all talking about old dogs and new tricks. That's what everyone's talking about. But without very much time, we've got a new match coming in. I don't know if Lee Eagle wants to take the intro, and he's got a free stipulation. He's been given free reign as to what happens. I don't know if he wants to intro first and announce what the stipulation is.
The lights go down. Everyone close your eyes to imagine the lights having gone down.
Okay, yeah.
Throughout my entire career, people are used to me coming out to the Dropkick Murphys. I fought the law and I won. But not today. Today is special. Instead, from Space Jam, sung by Seal, fly like an eagle. As from the ceiling, a single ray of light descends, as do I. And I flap down towards the ramp, landing gracefully. All eyes on the ring, the rest of the eyes on me. I reach out to some paralegal nearby, and I grab the mic.
All right.
It's great to be here in Slain!
Oh,
There's some cheap heat.
that's Cheap Heat. Yeah, you got your Cheap Heat. He's playing the game.
That's
You get +1 momentum.
one momentum here, by the way, I didn't mention, represented by J Money $100 bills today.
That's a great way
Nice.
to represent momentum.
As some of you may know, I care about one thing and one thing only: justice. The evidence has been gathered. Court is in session, and I am ruling this guy to be a goddamn punk. And it is about time we get him off the airwaves, and that is why I will be exercising my stipulation from earlier this evening and calling this an I Quit match.
Ooh, the crowd loves it.
Oh my god!
This is remember Wes and I don't know if it's Warlock as an announcer.
Let me show you what I need.
Well, this is the first time tonight we've had an I Quit match call, and I'll tell you what, I've never been more excited to see it happen. You
The
never
guys
see
from
this
the
kind of thing
pod
from
race.
Legal Eagle.
Odd race commentator.
Oh shit! Damn it! Accidental copyright infringement.
No, it's just a voice. It's grand. It's your spot on announcer voice. Do you have an announcer character?
I'm a
name?
guy that talks so much it looks like he has 2 heads.
That's nice. Just you're really frantic and frenetic. That's great.
Well, announcer number 2. Why did you tell our audience what an I Quit match means? What are the stakes happening here?
Well, John, it's it's my first day. It means that one of the opponents have to say I quit to quit the match. Is that okay?
Yeah, that you nailed it in one there. You're doing great.
You gotta go
sweaty.
laugh from the audience. They're enjoying this.
Oh god, they don't take you seriously at all. This is a goddamn.
They don't. They've been drinking a lot and they've watched some violence. So Lee Eagle is, I imagine, standing in the ring now, enjoying they're just really going for it. They all love the idea of the I Quit match.
It has been described as basking.
Basking. Yeah.
Nice.
Like a basking shark would, but it's an eagle.
No, we're not doing ocean metaphors as well. This is all aviary themed metaphors.
Sorry. Yeah. The basking shark of the sky. Joe Gruuuufffy, do you have an intro? Do you want any kind of backstage camera as you react to the I Quit match, or do you want to just walk on to your intro and go for it?
Yeah, I'm in my booth and I take my headphones off. I hit the off air button I take off any layers I was wearing except for my ripped waistcoat and whipped suit of pants, and I make my way to the ring, of which in the Titantron it goes Joe Gruuuufffy. And I come walking out, and I'm carrying a bottle of water with me, and a mic descends, and I go, "Well, the Eagle, if you have a stipulation, I have a stipulation, and I'm going to spend 1 momentum to use a move called Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Oh my! Which means that I can spend 1 momentum and add the hardcore stipulation to any match I've booked. No disqualifications, no countouts, weapons allowed."
Yeah. So basically, it's all about drawing blood and injuring, which goes with an I Quit match as well. And you can pull out, you can use weapons. Yeah, you can just take whatever you want. So you walking out, you've made that stipulation. You got any weapons on you?
Yeah, I drop my bag. Ding, 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 ding. And I take out a rotary phone and I attach it to my hip. And I take out another rotary phone and I attach it to my hip. And I take 2 clamps that look like they're attached to a portable electric battery, and I attach it to them. It's the lifeline.
Lee Eagle is standing in the ring and he is stunned. It's not often the man is left speechless, but I'm standing there and I'm like, I came ready for a war, but I didn't come ready for warfare with weapons. I immediately have to lean over to the side of the ring and address one of the paralegals who has accompanied me to the side and said, "You should go to the dressing room. Bring the boxes. Bring everything we got. We got to bring the house on this one. We got to throw the book at him."
The audience likes it. They enjoy all of it. I think you're both cutting promos.
Well, I wanted to do a cheap heat by walking down to ringside, getting to the ring, but not inside the ring, outside the ropes. I'm going to take out my bottle of water. It says centrist opinions, and I'm going to take a sup and go and spray it all over the crowd.
The audience, I mean, you know your Slane audience well, your Slam audience well, and Slam Castle, and they love that. They hate the centrists because they like people being at the edge of the ring, you know, as much as possible. People who are in the center of the ring, you know, they're not close enough to the edge. And that's what everyone likes, and they're really excited about this hardcore match and this hardcore I Quit match. So yeah, just to go over the stipulations so everyone knows what the stakes are. You can fuck each other up a lot. There's going to be injuries, so I really will try to read how the injuries work, and
it's a face heal, so we're gaining 1 heat going in. I'm at heat 3 with Joe going into this one.
Nice.
I'm only at +2 heat. Damn it!
Yeah.
You get more heat against me. Oh, the promo.
I think you're cutting a promo. I think you cutting a promo because you're turning into a hardcore. So you can roll to cut a promo because you definitely did that. Get everyone excited. Roll plus your luck though.
Yes. Nice 12.
Ho! You connect with the audience, so you get to pick two of the bottom things. You can add a stipulation, which I think we're stipulation heavy. I think gaining a heat and getting your opponent to respond, or you can make me book you in a match. But
it is never too big for a cage, but I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah.
Another stipulation.
It might become needlessly excessive. And now we take a 30-minute ad break to assemble the cage.
I'm gonna add a stipulation, which is letter of the law, which means not only do I need to quit, but I need to notarize that quitness as witnessed by the paralegals and signed in blood in a contract.
Okay, so we need it in triplicate. That's what we want.
We need it in blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Well, Rory, it's going to be the trial of the century. Was that good?
Outstanding, yes. I mean, it's so rare you see a telephone versus book fight. In fact, in the history of this federation, I don't think we've ever seen it. How is Lee Eagle going to deal with it with his paralegal?
Well, I think I think Joe Gruuuufffy starts with the control. I think it's only fair. He's the challenged party with the original I Quit. So you've got.
I grab the ropes and I flip backwards into the ring, Still not facing Lee Eagle. And I reach behind me, take out a sledgehammer, and boom, smack to the gut just to get him bent over. Just a little solid thing. This isn't my move. My move is going to then run against the ropes, bounce off, and then leap up with my legs and try to like get my thigh above his head and slam him down.
Wow. I mean, yeah. So, what do you reckon? You reckon this is an athletic feat? You reckon you're?
I'm hoping it uses my body, but I don't know if that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm just wrestling. This is how I wrestle.
Yeah. It seems like an athletic feat to me. You're demonstrating your extraordinary strength or athletic ability, and I think anyone jumping that high with your body has some extraordinary athletic ability.
I should have made it on the ground. I should have stipulated no flying. I should have. Now that I think about this.
Too late, Gruuuufffy.
Or at least trampolines for me. But
yeah. Now, you know, there are some severe disadvantages.
We're going to fight in jump zone, mate.
I can tell you straight up, it's a 5.
It's a 5. That's a botch. I mean, unless you use some momentum to bring it up, you take an injury and you gain 1 momentum, which I think actually for your character is fine, right?
Yes, I want injuries.
You want injuries, right? So
Hurt me.
You go to hit him and it just doesn't. I mean, it connects, but he's used some skill to kind of diffuse that.
You didn't.
Now I am also a master of hardcore, and I know how to bleed. When I'm in a hardcore match and I take an injury, I roll another body, and I can let you know what happens when that happens. So give me 1 quick second. Nice. So that's an 8, and I get to choose between myself and Lee Eagle who gains momentum. Now, Joe Gruuuufffy doesn't want to give momentum to Lee Eagle, but I'm also a man behind the roll. So Lee Eagle, between you and me, you get a momentum.
Oh, right.
Because you've taken control of the match. So
I feel unsafe that you've just given me resources.
No, this is Ben to J Money. This is not Joe Gruuuufffy to the Eagle. This is me whispering to you as I.
Some sweet wrestling. You know, the cameras don't see this. You know,
this is you putting me over.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
So I take control.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got control now. So you can go ahead and do whatever you'd like.
But let's not forget that Lee Eagle's been out of the ring for a long time. He's trying to take this back to basics. He doesn't want to go hardcore. He thinks he's better than that. He thinks he can be a purist. He's going to go for a straight lockup. Try and grab the head of Mr. Gruuuufffy. We're talking headlock. He's going to run me into the ropes, shoot me off. He's just swinging a clothesline. He's trying to take my head off. I duck that shit, jump off the second rope, fly over the head of Joe Gruuuufffy. Exactly when he's looking up, do a perfect vertical body slam. We're talking a cross body right into him. Some would call that an innovative maneuver.
Well. That sounds to me like you got your choice of using your physical. I think you're showcasing your technique here, but it's work or body. It's whatever you'd like to roll, but it's a wrestling move.
I would say wrestling plus heat.
Plus heat. So you are going for that.
Innovative and exciting maneuver.
Your innovative ability. Yes, you've got plus heat. Yeah. So, you can roll that. Please do.
All right, I'm rolling a 2d6, and I'm getting a. I rolled a 3. But I do have plus 3 heat.
Nice.
6.
You'd still need to use some momentum to bring you out of a botch. One momentum.
If I botch.
If you botch, your opponent will describe how they counter and save themselves from disaster, and they'll take control of the match.
And if I succeed, if I spend 1 momentum and just get a 7?
If you spend 1 momentum, you get 1 momentum. Or no, if you spend 1 momentum, you can retain control of the match or get momentum back and give control of the match away. So very similar, but you can keep for 1 momentum. You can keep control of the match. You can keep going.
You know what? A botch is a botch.
Yeah.
It's over to Joe Gruuuuffy.
He botches. So it's up to Joe Gruuuuffy.
Rusty,
how he counters.
all those years over in Hollywood, making all that paper, I got the ring rust on me, and I got to shake it off.
How are you going to counter Joe Gruuuuffy? It's all you. You got control again.
So I was slammed down on the ring. I slid almost ringside. And what Liga wasn't seeing when he was soaring up doing his Hollywood maneuvers was me scurrying under the flaps of the ring. That's what they're called. And just as he comes down, I pull out a chair and bada bing, bada boom, serve him up.
I mean, allowing weapons and his ability to pull weapons from everywhere. A classic Joe Gruuuufffy move.
Boy, I tell you, legal approaching from the sky, but he's got to bear in mind the airwaves. Well, that's Joe Gruuuuffy's domain.
Thank you. I'm gonna take the momentum.
That's definitely momentum. Yeah. All right. Well, you have control.
I know that I don't have control, but the chair actually did penetrate my beak, and I am now completely unable to see for the following section.
Oh no!
Shit.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's a cooperative thing. Yeah, so good note. So, you've got control, Gruuuuffy.
So with chair in hand and eagle in chair, I'm going to very calmly walk to the center of the ring, open up the chair with Lee Eagle still on the underside. I'm going to look to the audience and go, well, this is what I call and talking to Joe. And I'm going to sit on that chair, beak in ass, and let one rip.
This sounds like your kind of special move, doesn't it?
Well, but talking to Joe is one of my finisher moves, but I'm not trying to finish the match. I'm literally just sitting on an eagle.
Yeah, great. Just making sure your player sheet didn't have a special.
No, I'll use a different finishing move. I've got multiple prepared, so this is just to maybe rile up the crowd, kind of get a little bit of the.
I think again, this is
Pull out a public ribbing.
I think you're going to roll plus heat, because
nice.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 7 on the dice, 3 on the heat. It's a 10.
It's a 10. The crowd. I mean, look, you nail it. You gain momentum. You've kept your control. The crowd is really loving it. There's some booze because it's gross. But
Bits are here, man.
yeah, I mean, some of the wrestling fans are like, it's pretty gross. That's gross. You know, is it what I came here to see? Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's the wrestling world. So that's what the audience are thinking in a more drunk and more excited way. If that helps.
Do I still have control?
You still have control.
I'm gonna flip the chair upside down. I'm gonna go back to I was in my own head. I was like, I need to distract the referee to get away with this. It's no DQ. I can do what I want. I'm gonna take my phone from my hip and do this little move where I kind of wind the phone up by my ear here, and then I lean out with the phone in hand to listen to the audience, hoping that some of them toss me a bag of tacks. I want thumbtacks in a bag. And I have a couple of plans. As Joe Gruuuuffy, sometimes when listenership is low or there's not a lot to talk about, you just get an actor to ring in and make up a fake story and rile up the country.
Yeah.
Joe Gruuuuffy looking for a tax break in the middle of the match.
I think you got
with
it.
those stacks. If I get them, I just want to sprinkle them around the ring. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, so so Lee Eagle's stunned and he's kind of still stuck to the chair but turned upside down now, and you're spending that time lacing the ground with tacks. All right, you still have control.
I guess I'll say to the audience. So we've got our next caller here. Brendan, you're a truck driver. Is that difficult now with Brexit? I think we lost Brendan on the line there.
As they don't realize who he's talking to.
Yeah, we'll see now because you're showcasing your,
My beak is in the chair, and I simply cannot respond to my thoughts on Brexit. Which, as an accomplished legal scholar, I have many.
I'm looking for a way to gain momentum but hand over control. That's to give you a little peek behind the curtain, which I think is just doing like wrestling or some other failed move.
Yeah. No, so I was going to say you're wrestling. I would say you're working with your opponent here to showcase it. I think it's rolling plus heat more than anything else. So yeah.
I'll go first. 5 + 3 is 8. Doing pretty
Nice.
well.
So 7 and 9, you keep their attention, but you can choose whether or not you retain. So you can gain momentum, more or less specifically like what you wanted. Gain momentum, but give him
Exactly what I want to do. Gain momentum, hand over control to Lee Eagle.
All right, Lee Eagle.
Finally catching a goddamn break around here. I pull the chair off my face, wipe the stench out of my nostrils, and throw the chair to the side. Turning around, I throw a fake punch
Oh.
at his face. He covers up, sucker, gut shot, kick him in the belly. Then what do? I'm gonna roll him over, snapmare. He's sitting there on his ass. I grab his head and I take one of those rotary phones off the side of his pocket. Oh, hello, it's for you. Bam!
All right.
Talk to these nuts, Joe.
Well,
1, 2, 3, going for a return call.
do you accept the charges?
It's for you.
you get a free momentum
That's
there
so good.
from the interviewer. Where's my page? There it is. That's the one sheet of paper I needed. Is it an athletic feat, do you think? No, not really. I guess this is a wrestling move.
That sounds like wrestling move. That sounds like pure. I mean,
is
you
classic
can't force a phone up an ass. You need pure technique to get it up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. So you're showcasing your technique. It's roll plus work.
I've got
You
mine.
got to work out.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
It's a 5, which means
Oh.
I get a 3.
no. Well.
Very real in
That's
this.
the botch, but you have whatever momentum you have. This is what happened to you last time. So on a botch, your opponent will gain control and start describing how it's going. You can spend a lot of momentum you can spend 4 momentum to get yourself back in control. But,
I only have 4 momentum. I'd rather keep him.
yeah.
As the phone slams into the side of my head and my ear begins to bleed, I go, "Now, Fidelma, you want to talk about PTAs?"
He pulls it out. Now, I should reveal that Lee Eagle is booked to lose this match. So
Booked to lose.
booked to lose. Yeah. Sorry, you're booked to win. I thought I'd do a
Joe
Gruuuufffy.
Gruuuufffy.
So it has actually gone. I thought there'd be some more back and forth, but just so you know, so you can work towards that.
Well, I have.
Yeah.
I will then take a moment here and spend 1 momentum
To interrupt.
to interrupt.
Nice.
Oh.
It's a cheap shot. It's an eye rake.
Oh.
He's
I
blind.
need them to. No, wait, I'm on the radio. I don't need these.
So 1 done. He can hear. That's all he needs. He's got a face for radio, that ugly son of a bitch, and he's got eyes for closing. While he's distracted, you may remember, my locker room has been filled with evidence this whole time. I've got a paralegal at my corner in the ring. And I go over to the paralegal and I say, "Get what we have. Get what we have on Gruuuufffy." I go to the referee and I said, "Give me that mic. This guy's ready to quit in spite of having yet to hit a single move." Oh, Joe. The paralegal hands me a folder from which I remove a tape recorder.
Oh.
Grabbing Joe Gruuuufffy, throwing him in the air, flying up to catch him Street Fighter style, and slamming him to the ground. I managed to bury his face between my fluffy wing. You can barely see it. He's suffocating down there. He's suffocating.
I would say throwing him into the air, probably rolling for body.
We will roll for body.
J
Objection.
Money
Not sustained.
acquiescing to the DM's request.
Body -1 with a roll of 9.
Oh, perfect.
It's an 8.
Good.
All right, everyone loves it. You've kept that was a great move. It's such a spectacle. No one believed that that Lee Eagle had the strength to carry and throw into the air Joe Gruuuuffy's immense weight and gravitas.
Years from now, when I'm on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast about the greatest injuries I've gotten, this will be a 10 out of 10 pain.
So yeah, you've got him in midair. You got free reign, and you can give him control now and gain 1 momentum, or you can retain control of the match.
I'm keeping control, and I'm bringing him all the way back down to earth because it's time for closing arguments. His face buried in the mat and under my wing. The audience can't even see his face. They don't even know what's happening. I put the microphone near his mouth. And what does the audience hear? A click. And the voice of Joe Duffy saying, I quit.
Oh.
Straight from the horse's mouth, Joe Gruuuufffy quits in the.
He did the talk boy thing. He got me to say the word "I" and the word "quit" at 2 different occasions. Recorded it and then played it into a microphone.
Ben, if
That's
you want
not a baby face to a heel move, I don't know what is.
If you don't want to make a move that gets the referee to turn this over and keep the booking as it's intended to be,
I'm going to spend a momentum to interrupt at the word "I"
Oh.
and say, "I never quit."
Oh. He saw straight through you. Everyone knew, as soon as they heard it all, the quit happened immediately afterwards. They saw exactly what you were going for. It was shocking play, and very nearly a breaking.
I did it 15 years ago, and there is no original ideas.
Well, I didn't know that. So
Then I am a genius with original ideas.
Exactly. And our D&D audience probably didn't know that, so that's fine.
With between the wings of Lee Eagle, with a recorder in my face and a microphone in my face, and 2, lest we forget, electrified phone wires on my hips, I'm gonna roll backwards, grab the recorder, hit record, wrap the electrical wires around Lee Eagle, and go, time for some Kentucky Fried Eagle, and then using my finishing move for the match, try to fry this bird for as long as it takes for him to be recorded to say I quit.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's up to you. I would say we roll anyway. We roll for. I mean, what do you call that? That's definitely.
I'm trying to do a finishing move. When you're booked to win a match, roll 2d6.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing the finishing. So yeah, you've got it there in front of you.
But unless, of course, Lee Eagle can interrupt at this moment in time, as he's.
He could use his momentum to interrupt if he wants to stop. Otherwise, it's going where it's going. We're going with the booking. I think you go ahead with your roll.
I think we're rolling. All right.
Boy, I tell you, new guy, that's Joe Gruuuufffy certainly breaking the Geneva Convention, but it's not going to get my vote to stop. It's too damn entertaining.
Well, Andy, it looks like he's going to be acquitted.
Outstanding legal jargon.
Oh, thank God. Like my new guys, he's got his name wrong every time.
It's good.
Without the assistance of it's 5 and 5 on the dice, which is the 10.
Oh,
so I hit my finisher clean or bloody, and I can choose whether myself or my audience gains 1 audience.
Yourself or your opponent gains 1 audience. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Extensively, opponents gains an audience. I think Lee Eagle gains an audience because this is filthy play from Joe Gruuuufffy, as I electrify him with the phone line. The paralegals need to bring in a table for him to sign. And I go, in the words of my good friend and a solicitor and maybe social media star, I quit. That's the law. And that's a fact.
All right, the crowd goes wild. That's the I quit. The ref's in. He didn't have a lot to do in this match because everything was allowed.
So, he's just a list of 5 letters.
Yeah. So once he heard that up, he ran straight in. He's raised your hand. The crowd's going wild. They love it. I don't know if either of you have +4 heat with each other at this stage.
I think we both do.
Yeah, that was a real war.
Yeah, I think we both have. I have 5, 4.
Yeah, anytime I got an injury, I got a heat.
Okay.
The opponent who served.
Right, so both have +4, then you each gain another audience.
Oh,
so
that puts my audience at 4.
Yeah, I gave you an audience there as well. I don't know if you count the audience I gave you, but
yeah, I started
at a +2 audience.
He gave me 1, and I got 1 for 4 heat.
Yeah, I think that puts you at the top but
Yeah, you're way at the top.
But I reckon that's the kind of thing that we'll put at the end of the at the match. Obviously, you can't go straight to the top mid thing, having just lost a match.
You can't be a top guy who loses a match, even if he loses dirty.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this goes. So, yeah, is there anything you want to do as you walk out of the ring or slink out of the ring? You're going to fly out? Any kind of...
I'm not able to fly out of this arena. I'm propped up by paralegals and the will to seek justice.
All right.
I return to the nest, pecking my wounds.
Did you guys...
I fulfilled one of my wants, which is raise the bar for violence. So again, not that it matters, but again in advance if we ever level up and play these characters again.
Yeah. You've already got an advance, and then with the audience being so high, you can transition that into some advance as well. Great. Well, let's see. Very interesting. So we have a final a Royal Rumble. It's called a Royal Wrangle, I think, or Regal Wrangle, as they call it.
Regal Wrangle, you say?
A Regal
Wrangle goes jingle jangle.
I don't know if the Regal Beagle will have anything to say about this.
We're going to be sued for copyright infringement.
So you've got what should we go with? We've got
this might be...
Aaron.
I was going to say, is it okay to do my stipulation now?
Yeah.
It's not of this world. I get to choose I get to create a signature match stipulation that showcases my persona, and I can change the match physically. I want to change it to the town of Salem.
Okay. All right, we can do that. We've got all of the Hux Punks budget ready for all of this. So let's turn to this town of Salem.
What replaces being thrown over the top rope? Into a grave, into a burning pile of sticks?
Yeah, I want that the ring is just in the town center. That's it. Like the only thing I want.
He's just stipulated a location. So the corner buckles or whatever they're called, turnbuckles.
Yeah.
Turnbuckles.
Turnbuckles. They're now going to be.
And sorry, Keelan. Interesting enough, every turnbuckle gets an action, bonus action, and reaction, and gets to use their movement.
No, it's an entirely different tabletop game. You don't have any BB Ben anymore. You're not in charge.
The revolution has begun.
The turnbuckles are all
the stakes.
They're all pyres. They're like flaming pyres.
Yeah.
With very attractive witches being lightly burned tied to the.
So you're saying they're hot?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That should feel like low-hanging fruit, but it
looks
doesn't.
It looks like you're in a town square. What was I going to call him? Aaron N. Nancer. No relation to any other Nancers, He's at the center of the ring. He's been there the whole time, but he's like, "All right, everyone, now to see you've seen them one-on-one. Now let's see how all of them can handle some of our classic mainstays in a Regal Wrangle set in Salem." He wasn't expecting that, He didn't really have a plan for it.
He got a last-minute cue card with the update.
Yeah. Literally goes set in Salem.
Salem, Massachusetts.
It's a Regal Wrangle of the witches.
Yeah. There you go. It's so the four of you start not start in the ring, but are going to be doing your intros into the ring. But it'll be the four of you at the start, and then there is a special move. I'll pull up again. Your Regal
Keelan, I have a D20 if you wanted to establish when during the 30-man countdown we come in. I don't know if that's part of the Regal Wrangle.
Yeah, no, I considered that. I figured we start with the four of you. I got enough.
Oh shit, we're never making it out of this alive.
There's so much bad blood already.
You've already got your enemies and everything else. So
Randor Savage is winning this. He's the fan favorite.
I was the most pleased with Randor Savage, I have to say.
It's a good one.
I didn't want you to be Randor the wrestler, but I wasn't sure if you were, because it would be a problem if all of the rest of them were there and then Randor is actually just down wrestling,
Yeah. No, I decided to go different. Not so different though.
I mean, I'm definitely calling him Macho Man Randier when we start back to the regular campaign.
I'm glad we've got that anyway. There, I almost reached exactly the page that I was looking for, so I can clarify what the Regal Wrangle move is. The Regal Wrangle is a sequence of maneuvers that you'll lead to sending someone over the rope. It's when you're trying to send someone over the rope. You can use your body or your work or your heat in order to do it. 10, you'll get there. On a 7 or a 9, you won't. But on 10, you get there, you also get to pick who the next entrant is. I've got a list of them. I'll just give you a kind of numbers or an array, however you want to go by it. I can give you names or clans. I did a lot. See, first time DMing, I made a lot of fake wrestlers up, and I've just realized almost none of them are going to be here in any way, shape, or form. So that's basically the extra thing that you need to consider.
If you take anything away from Homebrew as a new DM, it's this. You will make 1 million characters and use like 20% of them.
Yeah.
I've stopped.
You do, in fact, have infinite creativity relative to opportunity.
Yes, 100%.
Keelan, Mr. Creative, can I cut a promo just before the Regal Wrangle begins?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do what you want. So you've grabbed a mic, the camera's turned to you.
And I go, now, we have a very, very special topic. I believe we have on the line Lee Eagle, Coach Carnage, and Warlock. Now, topic is putting aside your differences to win a Regal Wrangle. I think we've lost those listeners. We'll move to the next topic.
The audience has started to enjoy this now, even though
it's the rule of three.
Yeah, they know they've gotten your character. They're getting on board. You know, there's about 10% are like really were buzzing for it. You know, get the joke. The rest of them, they're on board. They've seen it 3 times now. But you can roll for it. Obviously, it's cutting a promo, and I'll.
It's a 4. So not great.
It is a botch. Good, because I described it beforehand. It does not connect, but you gain 1 momentum.
Nice.
All right. Well, you're already.
But my point is out. Should we just team up and win this?
Try to set up a tag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there are other people in play, obviously in the Royal Rumble. So you never know. You might like the sound of them.
Okay, yeah. I'll team up for now with Joe Gruuuufffy.
The heels versus the baby faces. All right, is that how you guys want to do this? The old.
I was thinking all 4 of us. I was trying to make a babyface heel turn, just sort of Squid Game it, put our differences aside. You know,
we're just gonna go. To win it. It's Top Guy Tuesdays, and we're all making it to the final 4.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your decisions. The match is booked as it's booked.
I'm saying we fuck this Hulk Hogan guy, and this Randy Savage guy, and this Artie the Giant guy, and this the Big E Show guy, and we make this our own federation from here on out. We take over Slam Castle.
Yeah, my move is to take creative to one side, remind them who the fuck I am, and say that doesn't work for me, brother.
All right. None of that. No, I mean, so he's working on his own. You've interested War Machine. He might try to work with you.
War Machine.
War Machine. Sorry.
Yeah, and I've got War Machine.
War Machine and Warlock. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's my time sheet, brother.
Sorry. War Machine. I'll just write him into the list. War Machine's back there. He's interested.
We got Marvel money. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I do have a character who I will turn now into War Machine. It's great. His original name was Andy Royd.
Andy the War Machine Royd.
Yeah,
you gotta split up the pun just to make it. Yeah,
he's there. Should you reach the ability to call for someone,
jack in.
You can call for. You can call for Andy Royd if you'd like, the War Machine. All right. Well, you're already there. I think an intro is probably best to start with Joe Gruuuufffy.
Yeah. You know what it is. They've seen it 3 times today, but it goes Joe Gruuuufffy, and I walk to the ring, and this time I have pro politics, anti politics, who knows, on a water bottle. Spray into the audience.
All right, perfect. Well, then I will go with Coach Carnage. You're coming in next.
Yeah. Coach comes in, born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, plays again, and he's Coach is looking a little better. He's I mean, for the inside baseball fans, he's wearing a girdle this time. He looks like he's in better shape. He's a bit tighter. He's more like hourglass shaped, and he's looking fitter. He's a bit injured though. He's got a kind of like a bit of a his left when he steps left, it's a bit stiff. His back, he's still carrying something from that last fight. He's not got as much vim and vinegar as he did before, but he's got a mic in his hand already, and he's walking down. He's like, "I'm gonna take down any of these young pups that think they got what it takes. And Lee Eagle, don't think I'm taking it easy on you. You gotta rise to the top, and if you can't beat me, you don't deserve to wear no belts. I'm not taking it easy on anybody, least of all you."
Can I throw him out of the ring? He's already in. So can I?
He does not realize that until he's halfway down the gang.
If you want to roll a break kayfabe, you're perfectly welcome to.
No, I'm good. Because theoretically speaking, the first two in to start boom, 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 just laying in a couple of smacks.
And he's just saying it while the fight is already happening. He's like talking to people as they're like slamming into each other. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Sorry. Then I will put in Warlock as our next intro.
So, Warlock's thing is going to change a little bit. So the witches on the pyres are going to start just chanting his name.
Oh.
And then Hall of the Mountain, like Hail to the Mountain King is going to start playing. And just as it gets to the lights go out again, and then he disappears into the center of the ring.
I mean, the audience loves it. They're equally freaked out, and but they're going for it. It's great. And then I guess our final, our big entrance for Lee Eagle.
Lee Eagle remembers where he came from. He knows that any of this newfangled stuff that he tried at this last one, this seal, this Fly Like an Eagle song, that's not him. He needs to think all the way back, and he comes out to the original. I fought the law and I won.
Nice.
Hey, look, he's not walking as tall as he was earlier. He's got a couple of little lines around the neck from where he got choked out by that phone cord. But his eyes are filled with fire. He knows what he's here to do. It's to not let these what do eagles have? Clawed talon? Not let these talons touch the floor of Salem. No matter what.
All right. And we're ready to go. I am going to say that I can give Coach Carnage the first control. I think he's raring to go and he's ready to start. It's just
okay.
to start the fight. You know that very soon some other people are just going to start interrupting in the middle of things. So
Yeah.
And by the way, if anyone does succeed in trying to put someone over the ropes, I mean, momentum's about the only, interrupting is about the only way you're ever going to stop that. This is a Royal Rumble, so or a real thing. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm going straight for Gruuuufffy. I'm gonna try and.
Oh shit! Oh no!
So I've always wanted to do this. I'm gonna run at him with a clothesline with the arm out. It's like, here comes the telephone line, you Fruit Loop. I'm gonna try and knock him down, and then as he's falling down, I want to try and land with an elbow onto his throat. I'm trying to take out his moneymaker.
All right, well, that's a wrestling move.
I don't kicks from this, you dick.
I don't think
shut up.
I don't think it's particularly intensive. I reckon you're using your work. So
it's all about putting the hard work in.
So you're rolling a wrestling move plus work.
That's going to be 7 + 2. That's 9.
Nice. So you can give control over and gain more momentum, or you can retain control of the mat. Basically the situation.
I'll give control and take momentum.
All right. So you've got him. What was the situation? What was that? Where did you leave it?
I clotheslined him and I went to slam down on him, but I think maybe he rolls away and now I'm on the ground.
Okay. Grant. Yeah, he's rolled away. You've got control. Keep going.
My 1, 2, 3 on this is very simple. I just 1, 2, 3 Joker kick this motherfucker on the ground. Just as many stumps
the 1, 2, and 3
possible.
are the same thing over and over.
But more intensely as I just sort of kick.
I mean, then what do I decide? Is that just body for physical, just kicking, or are you doing something quite in character? very charactery, you know. I'll give you heat. I don't think your heat's. Yeah, go heat.
I have no heat with Coach
Yeah.
Carter.
Yeah.
Boom. 4. That's it. No heat. 4 straight on the dice.
That's a botch. Yeah. You can use momentum, but
Nah.
yeah. So the coach he gets to describe how he counters or say that disaster if
what
you'd
I'd
like.
to do is even though you rolled a 4, I'm going to use my put him over move, which means when I show vulnerability to an opponent in the ring in order to make them look good, I can roll plus work on a 10 plus. Well, other things happen. I'm going to let him hit me.
All
Because I
right.
can see he misses his first move, and like as a performer, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna like snap my head back as if he's kicking the shit out of me because I like an underdog story.
All right. Okay.
Did I get any momentum from that botch, or am I?
You got nothing. It was a
Damn.
botch.
Damn.
You don't do well from botching. I can't believe he's continued to go with it anyway. So does your move?
So I rolled a 9, which means one of you gains +1 audience and the other one loses 1 audience. Your opponent chooses.
Oh well.
Oh. This is so cruel. I'm taking that audience, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you might. So I'm down to 0 audience.
Oh no. You really you don't want to end up on 0 audience. You're not going to get
I
hooked.
said it from the beginning. I want your retirement.
Yeah, it was the wrong person to do that on.
Okay. Well,
I feel terrible, but Joe.
No,
Gruuuufffy
it was a poor move because I didn't think it through because the risk reward was if that went well, we both got +1, and I hate you. Why would I want us both to win?
all right. You've got. You know what? I'll give you the ability to pick. Who I'm gonna. Someone's gonna come into the match now. You're gonna hear some walk-in music. It's annoyingly not that well numbered out, but let's say there's about 10 of them. I can give you vague clans if you'd like to kind of, because some of them have teammates and things like that.
This, if it helps, it's a 10-sided dice.
Yeah, you can do that as well if you want.
If everyone's happy for me to roll a 10-sided dice.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So, here's a little bit of backstory. You hear the sound of Simon and Garfunkel's "I Am a Rock, I Am an Island."
Oh shit! It's the Rock.
Oh shit, it's the island.
Oh, very close, very close. So there's a team. You guys will know it well. They're rocking on. There's loads of people rocking on. You're seeing. They all look very similar, but also completely different. And you know these as they call themselves the Quarry, and they leave no ground. They leave no ground to go to. But they're an attempt to clone one of the previous world's best wrestlers. So there's a large team of them, right? You know, there's a guy, he's a big fat guy. He's called Facsimile Boulder.
That's a fucking incredible name.
Yeah, he's Facsimile Boulder. There's Fake Stone. He just has a key tied around his, like, he's really just like, he's not very impressive. He hides a key. That's all he does. There's Jailhouse Rock. It's just he looks the most the part of the wrestler that you're looking for, but in like a classic white and black stripes thing. And then who are the others? We've got Pebble Dash. He's your kind of ropes guy in the team. But the real champion, the one who's coming out now, is Sham Rock. He's dressed up, dressed to the nines in green leotard. Shamrocks everywhere. And
Shamrock.
Just in case you didn't get it.
Yeah.
No, I know. No, I did. I don't want the podcast audience to think the delay in my laughter was a delay in me getting it. It's just
It's just getting
Because you were silent until he said there's shamrocks everywhere. Then you laughed.
but it just landed then. You know?
It's not a subtle joke.
I know.
So he comes in. He runs in to the perfect moment, yelling, "And a rock feels no pain, and an island never cries," and he just dives in, and dives at Joe Gruuuufffy to take him down to stop kicking. So he's knocked you down, and the audience are going crazy, and they love that. And there's some people with some signs holding up, "Bring the champagne," SHAM, which is his special move. But
Give us what
Did
we
you
need.
reverse engineer that from champagne?
Why did we do this show when these people existed? That's what I don't understand.
We're about to be fucking shown up by the extras.
this, you couldn't have rolled better. I couldn't have been happier you rolled 4. That's how long it took me to get to one I was like, yeah, this is a good one. The Quarry. Yeah.
Oh, no, the champagne does it for me.
Can't
That's
wait to find out
he's
what-
my favorite character so far.
Champagne was an afterthought. Anyway, yeah, he comes in, he knocks you down, but you, as far as I remember, still have control.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you've got control. That's all that's happened now.
I turn to the audience and say, they might have the people's eyebrow, but I've got the people's ear.
Oh, I mean, I'd like to give you something for that. It's good, but
I rolled a 4 in the dice. I think I'm no matter what I add to this, it's a 4 in the dice. There's
yeah,
no.
that's
There's
a
no
botch. That's a botch, and I don't know
Work in
if
the
it's.
audience.
I don't know if it's yeah. Well, you can add work, I guess. Is it like you showcasing your kind of talk show host technique with jokes, with like crappy jokes? I'll give you work.
According to this, on a botch of working the audience, I've lost them. I can't work the audience again this episode, but I do gain a momentum, so that's okay.
Okay, that's what you're going for. All right, so you botched that, but as it goes, you still have control because
Oh shit! Yeah.
it was Shamrock. I mean, he's just in there messing around. You've got control. There's a lot of wrestlers. Feel free to try.
I'm going to interrupt, take control.
Yeah.
I think that's just I'll take the momentum.
1 momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, Grant. Which good. And I'm going to, while like, Coach Carnage is on the ground, I'm once again going to pick him up, and just like slam him onto the ground again, because like, oh look, I got heat with this guy. He
Stop
said he's
dropping me.
like. And yeah, so I'm gonna pick him up and drop him again, like I usually do. Just my lift and drop.
Like I usually do.
Just for flavor, Eagle and Gruuuufffy are going at it in the background. Just so you know, they're just exchanging blows.
You've got Ken Shamrock to deal with as well.
We're not putting too much into it, but we're just looking like we're staying busy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, how's the wife and kids, Eagle?
Yeah.
You're catching up while like grappling. Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Shamrock's waiting for his opportunity to bring the champagne, but he hasn't found it yet. All right, I'm gonna say the way
Can I
you describe
interrupt
that,
with
I
my
think you're gonna
momentum?
roll with heat. I think you're specifically working your relationship.
Carnage
good moves you've done all the time.
interrupting.
Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, I started this match with +4 heat with Warlock. What does that do?
It means you'll end up with another audience at the end, provided
Okay, it doesn't do
you
anything
get
before.
+1
Cool.
audience now. Actually, you've got +1 audience stepping in. I think so.
Okay, cool. So I'm up from 0. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I had +3 audience. I was actually a 7. Never mind. My work in the audience actually worked, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, well,
That's what I.
It worked as well in real life as it rolled.
Yeah. I'm happy with what's going on.
So it's a 2d6 plus my heat with him. With that's 11.
Oh, I mean that's You retain your control and you gain plus momentum. It worked really well. Everyone's really excited. They've seen you do this before. They knew exactly what to expect, and the coach is getting beat down.
Yeah. And when he's on the ground, I'm gonna climb one of the stakes, which goes and just absolutely elbow down towards him, just absolutely jump flying.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's work. I'm gonna say roll plus work.
Sweet. I have surprisingly agile, which gives me +1 work, which means that I have a grand total of 0.
Yeah.
I didn't know where that was going. I was like, I'm dead. I'm gonna die now.
Yeah.
And I got a 5.
Oh yeah. I mean, so you botched that. I mean, saving you any momentum. Actually, sorry, I don't have to describe it. It's up to Coach Carnage to describe he gains control, and he gets to describe how he gets out of that and what happens. Again, if you'd like, I can throw another wrestler in if you'd like to do that.
I think Coach Carnage's whole thing is redirecting force. So I think he grabs the elbow on the way down and spins Warlock into the ground. So like while he's jumping at him, he just kind of flips him. So it ends up that Coach Carnage is on top, and then he's got him. Doesn't like the force didn't do much damage, but now he's kind of like grappling him on top, and he's in kind of like a chokehold on top of him.
Okay, I mean, remember, in order to win, you have to send someone over the ropes. But yeah, you can choke him out and then throw him over the ropes.
Oh, I just kind of want to be like in charge of that situation.
Yeah. No, you are exactly. Yeah, I'm just reminding you. So you've got control. Ken Shamrock has charged Joe Gruuuufffy again. Just in the background. He doesn't like you. He's letting.
Lee Eagle has built a literal nest in the corner and is through the opening segments of the match.
I got quarry drivers. I got lorry drivers on my ass this week.
So it's
I'm
all
actually going to run for a quick bathroom break because I think the lads need to actually do some moves. So I think I'm in the clear for 30 seconds.
Well, you have control. I don't know that you can. Sorry, I was just saying.
You're in control.
Oh, in control. Sorry, I thought that was the end of it.
Nope.
Okay.
Give him the old golden shower, Coach.
Okay, grand. I'm gonna leave Warlock on the ground. Was it so Shamrock is running towards Gruuuufffy, right?
Yeah, he is, and he's a baby face as well, and he's a fan of you. He ran in because you were being kicked in a kind of ignoble way. Shamrock.
And is anyone attacking Lee Eagle right now?
No, he's nested up in the lovely.
He's safe in his nest. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Okay, I'm gonna try and give Shamrock an advantage. I'm gonna try and tackle Gruuuufffy at the same time. So like if Shamrock's going for the head, I'm going for the legs. So he has nowhere to go. I'm gonna try and like narrow his options for escape.
All right, I'm gonna say that's for you. It's a work roll, and depending on how that goes.
Work. Ooh, that's a good roll. That is 12.
Oh, yeah, the crowd loves it. I mean, you can't go to the bathroom because you retained control.
I was gonna. Part of me was thinking, as Ben to Wes, I can use momentum to interrupt, but as Gruuuuffy to being tackled twice, we all need bathroom breaks here. We're all holding it in. We all got our mufflers in our butt cheeks. Our bodies are on the line.
Yeah, exactly. So you've gained one momentum. Ken Shamrock and yourself. I mean, how you're in control of the MPW. It's just so you know, you can describe what he's doing as well. You can work with him.
So I'm gonna try and like grab hold of Gruuuuffy's ankles, and then when Shamrock knocks him down on top, I want us to like pick him up and do the whole like heave, ho, and like try and throw him over the ropes.
Oh, you're trying to go for a throw over the ropes now.
I think between the two of us, we're gonna like team up and throw him over the ropes.
Obviously, Gruuuuffy's got his interrupt. I'm going to say at this stage, someone will run into the ring very soon. But where is the... Oh, yeah, no, it's here. It's here. If you're going for throwing someone over the ropes, you're going to have to roll... Is it just straight up rolling your dice? You're teaming up with someone.
I can tell you, I will interrupt this. So as they throw me over the ropes, for whatever reason, the intro music for the next wrestler, I don't know why, is "Hold the Line" by Toto, and it goes "Hold the line" as I grab the ropes. The live line is always on time. That's between 1:45 and 3 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday. 11, 8, 58, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what the number is, and I pull myself back into the ring.
Toto, talk to Joe.
All right. Well. This will be, I mean, I guess he'd be number 10 or 11 on the list. You've already done the song. That's great. So this wrestler comes out. He's dressed like a Victorian, essentially, like really buttoned up. Kind of that it goes in, the jacket goes in, but it kind of flares out a bit at the bottom, in a kind of weird piratey kind of way. For virtually no reason. He's an old guy. He's very angry. He's got a picket sign, and the audience knows them. And
I am desperately trying to figure out this man's name based on a pun I'm trying to put together.
Yeah,
Right.
the exact same.
There's no pun. There's no pun, so you can't get it. This guy is full boycott. It's a classic Irish wrestler. He runs up to the ring. He runs up to the ring and he starts shouting abuse at you for trying to take out Joe Gruuuufffy. But he hates the idea of wrestling. So Boycott refuses to get into the ring. Within the next 10 seconds, he will be timed out if he doesn't get in. But that's not how Boycott rolls. So yeah, to Toto the line might continue to play as he goes. So he's out there.
If Wes is taking a bio break, I probably need a bio break at the same time. I'm happy to hand over to Lee Eagle as control of the match with all the Quarry and Warlock in the ring.
Yeah, well, Quarry is standing outside, so I guess you could direct them.
Oh, it's just Shamrock in the ring.
Just got Shamrock. Quarry's his entourage. They're all wrestlers in their own right, but Shamrock's the only one who came out. He's they're just outside the ring. I guess you could throw people to them, they'd lose. You could direct them to beat up Boycott, but he's out there in like 10 minutes or 10.
Yeah, I don't think Boycott's really an issue.
Yeah. He's the only one.
I'll happily.
He's the only wrestler I had for "Hold the Line" being his song.
The only big wrestler.
Yeah, he's the only one that was good. I had a protest wrestler, so there you go. But yeah, Lee Eagle, you have control for the bathroom break reasons and to see what's happening on your side of the ring.
Okay, so who's in the ring with me right now?
The four of them, and Boycott's still outside the ring, and you've got Warlock, just Shamrock as well. But he's a babyface as well. He's been taken out. Let's say babyface and the coach are working Gruuuufffy a bit.
Well, I believe that everyone deserves his day in court, and everyone has the right, nay, the obligation to face their accuser. Therefore, I'm not going to let this Boycott fella just hang around outside the ring. What am I going to do? I'm going to fly like an eagle.
Nice.
Soar over the top rope, putting myself in great risk. Pick up Mr. Boycott, touch him down very briefly in the ring, and take him right back out, eliminating him correctly with due process. Not some sort of wangly-fangly loophole.
I like it. I like it a lot. How's your work? Not good, right?
No, I feel like this is an innovative maneuver.
This is an innovative maneuver. So you're rolling. Well, that's your heat, though, is it?
Oh yeah, I don't have any heat with this guy, do I?
Yeah, I was gonna say head body.
No, I have look and reel are my only good stats.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this looks great though. I'm gonna let you roll look because
okay.
I think it really is about the look of the thing. Boycott was already out, This is showboating, and he's got no strength to him. He's not got much weight to him, so you can roll plus look, and I'm gonna put it on the Regal Wrangle.
Perfect. I have rolled a 5 plus a look of 2. We've got our 7.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, normally saying that means they wouldn't quite normally go over, but you'd be able to pick between momentum or control. But I'm going to say the boycott was a weak one. You don't need to do a very particular strong thing. He's out. You've taken out your first. The announcer's like, that's it. We've got our first blood. Boycott. I can't believe it. No one thought Boycott was going to make it, and he lost even sooner than the count of 10. This is phenomenal. And I'm going to give you momentum for the announcer there.
Awesome.
You got an extra momentum. You took out the guy, and you've got control.
I'm going to use that control, and I'm just going to bask in the glory yet again, and I'm going to work the audience because I have an audience score of 4.
Nice. Well, yeah, you can roll that. Do you have work the audience in front of you? I have to find it.
My roll is an 8 plus a 4, so I get a 12.
Nice. 12. All right. The audience loved that. So you can spend 1 momentum to gain 1 heat with the current or upcoming opponent. So you can pick someone to get plus 1 heat with. And the crowd will just be really excited to see who you go after next. Or you can bask in the moment, continue to bask in the moment, and gain 1 momentum.
I think I'm in basking form.
Yeah. Sounds like you were basking. Yeah. So you gain an extra momentum. The crowd is absolutely loving it. This is exactly what they wanted to see. They all hate Boycott, to be honest.
Excellent. I am rolling in momentum right now.
Great.
He's a native of the Baskin Islands, Lee Eagle, soaring above the rest.
All right, do I maintain control?
You maintain control. If you'd like, I can throw another. I think another wrestler comes in, seeing as one's come down. Do you want to roll, or do you want to pick a number, or?
Ben, do you want to roll one there?
Yeah, I'll roll one here. 3. Hopefully, Paul Boycott wasn't number 3.
3. Oh, you got 2 lads. Can't believe they're making it in. All right.
Is their name just 2 lads?
2 lads. 2 brothers.
He says,
2 brothers who love each other a lot.
No, these guys are a tag team. They're a tag team. You hear the conveniently, Paul Simon. You can call me Al. It's a very Simon and Garfunkel. But you picked the only 2.
The only thing we bought rights for the show
Yeah.
was their back catalog.
Call Me Al comes on, and these 2 guys in white jackets come out. The first one is Al Dente. He's got loads of teeth. Like, it looks, he's the same normal amount of teeth for a human being, but he looks like he has too many teeth. He's a dentist character. And then you've got Alfredo, who is a chocolatier, and he is covered in chocolate frogs.
I have to say, I've played in a couple of games which were like specifically horror focused, or like sessions that were horror kind of slanted. I've never been so unsettled as hearing an NPC described as a person with the regular amount of human teeth. I immediately am terrified of this man.
Like the right amount, but in too little space.
Yeah, I should be able to see all of them at once.
You know he has to have the right amount of teeth, but he looks like he has too many teeth.
I shouldn't know at a glance. That's really creepy. That's like a robot's version of a person. Like, that's so unsettling.
You ever notice something about Al Dente? You ever notice he has the right amount of teeth?
yeah, that's what people say.
Yeah. It's just
it's so good.
It sticks out a little bit more. So so they run on. Man, I really didn't think these guys are going to come in. Shouldn't have relinquished all of the control.
Now, this is another DM tip. Never write anything you never want to use.
Yeah. Well, it was just, I'm looking at the list that I was going to.
Well, I see the guys rolling into the ring. I still have control, and I'm hoping to do that, do a pro move here, and use the momentum of the slide-in to continue both men out over the top rope.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they enjoy. They had a good time. You can roll.
Yeah.
I think you should roll.
See you in 6 months, Mr. Dentist.
Now, they're a tag team, but they weren't expecting to be attacked straight away, and you've got the momentum going. Again, I think it's going to have to be a regal wrangle, though, in order to actually succeed. So we're going to give you luck again, because it really does look good. So you can roll plus luck.
2. Am I rolling for both, or am I rolling for one of them?
Well, they're tag. They're a team.
I have rolled a 6 plus a 2.
Nice. So it's more or less exactly the same. You don't quite actually knock them out. They managed to get a foot on the ring on the rope. So even though they tumble out, but they block falling by grabbing it with their legs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Grabbing with their
Check
shins.
the footage afterwards. His feet touched the ground. The Big Show was right. His feet touched the ground. That's a little callback to anyone who remembers the Big Show, The Rock. And
I'd say Al Dente does the save, but Alfredo doesn't make it. Is how I'm going to call that. Al Dente. He's really a 2-man. You know, he hasn't got a lot going for him. He's just got a lot of teeth.
No, he
So
doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of teeth. That's the problem with this guy. It seems like he does.
Not
Yeah,
too
he's
much,
not
not too little. It's the
Ewan.
right amount.
I have a very serious question. Was there another Al who never entered the ring, just stayed outside al fresco?
There's a lot of people in their family. Al Fresco he doesn't follow in the family business. All the rest of the Als, you know, but not Al Fresco. He's
One's a place, a la carte.
Yeah. He's a painter, a very famous painter, but he didn't enter into the wrestling world. Maybe one day, you know, we'll get the triplets. Okay, I think you still have control.
Yeah,
So-
I'm trying to lose it here. I'm trying to lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna interrupt because I'm gonna go for this guy who has a regular amount of teeth.
No, I'm going to interrupt that interruption. I'm going to just go for Warlock. I'm just fucking playing him.
Objection.
Aren't you on the same team as Warlock?
Yeah, but we're catching up. How are the wife and the kids?
Oh, okay.
Just-
Yeah.
Keep it with Lee Eagle. That's where the focus of the audience is. I don't want to pull focus from that.
Okay. So Lee Eagle, you've got everyone. You know what? These people couldn't stand still, and I'm not going to give you any choice. You've pissed off the clergy.
Oh shit.
They
Look,
you know,
church and state should never intertwine. We know that.
Mhm.
The law and religion.
it's exactly that.
It's water and oil.
Exactly that. They don't trust you. So the clergy are going to come out. So all of a sudden, what you're going to go ahead, what you hear is, "Who's in the house? Jesus in the house."
Pulling that out.
Remember that song?
Yeah.
I do.
So you see,
Oh man, I should have played a Richie Kavanagh character. That would have been way more fun.
the clergy are possibly my favorite characters. So they're all nuns, as it happens. There happens to be another. There is a priest. He's called Father Ankenstein. He's a wrestler in his own right. But he's not part of the clergy. He doesn't quite agree with them. It's a bit of a girls' club, the clergy, or a nuns' club, I suppose it was. So he's increasingly old, but it starts at like 50. The youngest is in her 50s. She's the lowest echelon of nun. She's called Nonetheless. Now, right above her, we're talking 55, 60. You've got None the Wiser, and then above all of them, you have None of the Above, who comes in. She's in her 70s, but she can really go. She's come out with like a full giant ruler for corporal punishment, and
Keelan, do you mind if I add a fourth nun for a Canadian audience?
there is
they're called
none.
None of It.
Oh, none of it. Nice. Well, I was going to say, I mean, it works, but there is a transfer in nun. She's the only one in a blue habit, and she's called Nonchalant. She's the French nun.
And presumably they all work under the same umbrella company, None Your Business.
Oh no, yeah, there you go. I like it. They have the announcer's very excited to see the clergy coming into the audience, and he says, "Oh, this is what everyone's been waiting for. We all know that old habits are hard to kick, but these old habits kick hard."
Back in the habit.
Oh my god.
So you're only gonna. I mean, they actually all rushed into the ring. They work as a unit. They've got knuckle dusters made out of rosary beads, which they call them rosary beats. And
Wow.
yeah, and so that's the nuns. They pissed off. They're gonna go for Lee Eagle, because they don't think, they don't like his straight legal ways. They know how he feels about it. They know how he feels about the church, and they don't really like the idea of talking animals. It's not mentioned in the Bible.
Except for the snake.
Yeah. But that was actually Satan, So basically,
Oh, really?
they think you're Satan.
I'm sorry, I haven't finished it. Is that
No, yeah, sorry. That's
Spoilers.
And the twist is unreal.
Yeah.
Cool. Can't wait for the revelation at the end.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. So yeah, they reckon you're Satan, probably, because that's the only talking animal in the Bible.
So
Yeah.
how many of the nuns are running at Lee Eagle?
Oh, there's like how many did I say? I mean, if we have none of it as well, that's 5 nuns.
Five.
Father Ankenstein's just hanging around the back. He's not
Okay.
in the fight. He's not gotten into
So
it.
who has control right now?
Lee Eagle still
Lee
has
Eagle.
control. And he's being charged by a bunch of nuns.
But I would like to let you know, if you want to call upon the power of 4, I think you have all our backing.
I think this is going to be. I think we need to go. I think we need to do form of main characters on this one.
Okay.
I would like someone else to take control of the nun rush situation.
I'll absolutely grab one of them. Like I'm gonna try and grab one of them from behind and be like, "That ain't a fair fight." I'm gonna try and put her in a crucifix over my head and just kind of drop backwards, take her out that way.
Yeah. You can have taken out nonchalant.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. So you got
Warlock.
nonchalant. She's been taken down. You have control. Does either of you guys you wanted to help take it? You don't like none of you like the clergy. I can tell you, Joe Gruuuufffy, the clergy hate you. They were going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Catholic Church.
They love the discourse I stir up in the country, but
Yeah.
it's never in their favor.
Yeah. They really hate you. They were going to come out and attack you, but they really.
I love how there's
Ever
all this,
since Republic of Shame came out, they've not had a good time on my show.
there's so much conflict between all these characters, but we can all unify under a dislike of the Catholic Church.
We're in Salem, lest we forget. Like I'm.
That's
planning
very
on the
true.
fifth
That's very
one being
true.
Taken out by the surrounding wenches.
That's true. There are four. There are four pyres around the
I mean,
side.
that's poetic justice. I
That's-
guess we should probably. Yeah, I'll try and crucifix this nun into one of the into one of the pyres.
All right. Yeah. I think you do that, and
The
let's
power of
roll-
Christ compires you.
Yeah. Let's roll whatever you want, work or body.
I mean, I'll go with work. I'll try and use as much technique as I can because my old bones
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I learned a long time ago that you can't muscle your way through anything. That's 6, 8, 10.
10. Oh, nice, because that was a regal wrangle move. So, you can narrate the sequence of maneuvers that lead up to you attempting to eliminate the person. At a 10, everyone's loving it. You get a momentum. You keep your control, and you can choose whether or not they're eliminated or stay in the match. And you can choose the next. You can choose the next entrant if they get kicked out of the match.
I think they get kicked out. I think I got a crucifier and then I flip her into the fire and then like pyro shoots up, so she goes like ah. And,
Yeah.
It looks like she's incinerated.
Yeah. Fire comes up. Yeah.
And then I kind of like look around
and
as in like who's next, kind of like gladiator style, and then whoever comes down the gangplank, I'm like pointing directly at them, be like, come on.
The other nuns, are they still rushing?
Yeah. The other nuns. I mean,
I was going to use Lee Eagle's Gust of Wind.
nice. Yeah. You can do that. I think you all. I was going to cut to if all of you were going to take a nun. Just
Yeah.
So that worked phenomenally well. I'll give Coach a chance to pick the next wrestler, but we'll go to which Lee Eagle to take out however many he wants.
Yes, we'll wait. We'll deal with the nun situation first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to do a Gust of Wind with my eagle wings to try and launch one of the nuns also into a pyre to burn in hell. So I feel like that's probably a body check, which is -1 for me.
Yeah. I mean, but you're using your wings like the gust of wind. So yeah, I'll give you body. Yeah, if you want.
It's an 11 -1. It's a 10.
Oh yeah. I mean that works. So how many were you attacking? You were getting. Let's say you got 2 of them. You got.
Yeah, like 2 wings, 2 nuns.
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly. So.
Me and 2 nuns. That sounds like a Tuesday night to me. Am I right, brothers?
That's none the less and none the wiser. None of the above is the only one left. She's got her rosary beads and her large ruler, and she's going to try to hit Warlock. She also thinks Warlock represents Satan. She wasn't a big fan of you.
I mean, that makes sense. She's probably not wrong.
Yeah, that is. I was going to say, out of all of us,
We're not sure.
Yeah.
Easily could be.
None of
None
you
of
go
which
well.
appears in the
None of you
ring
go down
is-
well with the clergy. Father Ankenstein's actually a little bit more on
But
board.
definitely Warlock more than any of us.
Yeah.
I guess the Birdman abomination, sort of, but still.
Yeah, I am an affront to God, but just passively.
Polly shouldn't be.
Well, none of the above. Yeah, she's barreling towards you with a large ruler. She's going to try to smack you on the bottom, but
I think Warlock's going to appear behind her like he does normal, like, you know, the weird. Yeah, I guess everything is black again, and he just appears behind her, and this time he's kind of creepily like lurching over her, kind of thing, and then like, I think he's good. Oh, I don't know if I should. Yeah, I think he's just gonna like pick her up and try to throw her out the ring into an open grave nearby.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Wow. That's gonna be good. But I'm gonna reckon you roll. I mean, you're throwing her out the ring. It seems like body. I'm welcome for you to. You actually put a lot of technique in, so you can use work or body if you'd
I'm
like.
definitely using body.
Yeah. You've got. I'm gonna give you body, and it's a regal wrangle roll.
Yeah, it's pure Frankenstein strength, just like
Yeah,
killing
like,
around.
pretty
He's gonna
much.
pick it up. It's throwing it. The wisest, not the head.
I
Not
get the
not
feeling Warlock just picks people up and throws them places.
That's
He's
his
like,
whole
"You go
thing."
Here.
It's just like
Here.
I was trying to figure out moves that would be like going towards sort of like warlock spells, but I'm liking this whole like just throwing people around the place thing.
Like I don't think Warlock uses work because so far his technique has been pick up, put down
This
real
is the-
fast.
yeah,
That's his work.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, it's why I put a lot in the body. I got like a 9. Actually got the also 6 thing, but with my body I got which got 11 altogether.
All right. Well, you keep your control. You get +1 momentum, and also you and Wes together are going to get to pick. Well, you could each get a choice, but then that's more wrestlers. I don't know how you want to barrel towards it.
Send them all out towards us. We'll throw them all out of the ring.
Okay. Well, you can each get a choice then. I might just start giving you vague hints. You've got Trinners for Winners. That's another tag team. And you know about Andy Royd / War Machine. I reckon if Warlock wanted someone, he already kind of bags Andy Royd. So I mentioned him. There's Harvey. I'm not going to say anything else about Harvey. And then there's a bar-based person and an ice cream-based person.
Say no more.
Yeah, I think I could get Android. Yeah, like
Andrew Royd, and no one calls him that. Is Andy Royd, the War Machine?
Android Lloyd Webber.
All right, and Wes, of your available choices?
Is Randy or Savage available still?
No, Randy or Savage he's not in play. He's watching on.
How many are still to come?
This will be it. Well, there's about 2 more that you could do depending.
So what are my options then?
Your options are Trinners for Winners. Let's say a teacher,
So probably a bunch
Harvey,
of dweebs. Anyone go to Trinity?
a bar-based person, or a ice cream-based person.
Right. Bar-based person. That sounds like the most fitting.
All right, you got the bar woman.
Uh,
For the podcast listeners, we all made concerned faces.
Say she's carrying a metal bar.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be good.
Like she's more developed than a lot of the other ones, to be fair.
She passes the the old Bechdel test.
I was gonna say this feels like a Netflix meeting, and there's a female character. I guess she has a personality.
I did want to point out, without Lucy here, which is why we're doing this. Not only do we have craft beers, Irish mythology, and now wrestling. If we weren't aiming for a Joe Rogan audience, we got one.
Actually, yeah, Keelan, scratch that. Can I get an elk to enter the ring instead? I want to eat one.
I don't have any elk-based characters, and eating.
I guess I'll take the woman.
Yeah, you'll have to take her. So, I meant to
Can't
look
wait
up
to be quoted out of context for that.
I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. So she comes on. She runs in.
Is her name literally Bar Woman? Is that her
Yeah,
name?
she's the bar woman.
The Bar Woman. Okay.
Yeah. She takes no truck from nobody. She's incredibly strong, but great at pinning people. Her finishing moves is the lock in, where she keeps people held locked. And her catchphrase is, "You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here." And she punches people with with flagons of ale, essentially.
Okay, that works.
I feel like "You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here" happens in an REM song, but it was ill-researched, so that'll be the song.
Man on the Moon, I think.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
Man on the Moon,
it could be. Let's say she comes out to Man on the Moon. Why not? So she's running on stage while Andy Royd, who comes out to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. You're pretty excited about Andy Royd, you know? He runs out, and he is quite clearly, to break any kind of character, he's quite clearly a dweeb in a cardboard box with tinfoil on his head. But he is a robot. That's his character. He's a robot. He's Andy Royd, the War Machine. He's painted his cardboard box with some blood on it now because he's War Machine. That happened very last. You can see that's fresh paint. And Andy Royd is coming out as well to harder, better, faster, stronger. He's going to come in and
point of clarification: the Kanye version or
That's
the
a
original?
good question.
it was the original version. I wonder if Kanye would add to Andy Royd. Yeah, Kanye version. Why not?
The Kanye version. Good.
Yeah. He's going to charge in and take down. He's going to be going for Eagle, Lee Eagle. But that's just something that's happening. You've still got Ken Shamrock in the ring, or not Ken Shamrock, Shamrock. You just got Shamrock.
Oh shit, I forgot about Shamrock.
You got Shamrock in the ring, although he's kind of on he's against Gruffy and War Machine, or he's waiting for his opportunity. I think
So
all
focused
the
on the nuns.
I think he got rid of all the nuns, and then the bar woman's coming in, and she's looking to close everyone out. She says it's closing time. That's what she yells, and she's gonna go for the coach. But that's who had control last. I think actually ultimately before all the nuns happened, Lee had control, and he never had successfully any way of relinquishing it. So you've got control again.
Okay. So Ken is the only person in the ring?
No, lots of people are in the ring. Anyone outside of the ring will lose. But Shamrock's there, and as is a bar woman, as is the rest of your wrestlers. And we should probably be barreling towards
As a proud femme.
Andy Droid.
Oh, Andy. Sorry, Andy. Andy Royd is in the ring as well. Yeah, if you want to.
Oh, as a proud humanist, I'm going to attack the robot.
All right.
And I'm going for a deposition.
No, he says bleep bloop. That's what he says.
Objection overruled, Andy Royd.
the capture.
Kick him in the gut, shoot him across the ropes, and I bend over and I just yeet that man, a back body drop, and I'm aiming to get him right over that top rope.
Okay, so this will actually be work, because it would normally be body, but actually you got to put a lot of work into it because the guy, you got to remember, he is a robot, so he has to seem really heavy. But you just punched, you caved in his cardboard box by punching through it.
I'm not feeling confident. I have work -2.
Yeah. Damn. Well, you gotta go for it.
On a roll of 10, 8 is not enough for an elimination.
No, 8 I'll give to you. He's out. He's out, and you've gained 1 momentum.
I am the happiest boy in the world. I also am rich with momentum.
You gotta,
I have 6 momentum right now.
Holy shit.
You should start getting all your moves up to 10.
I haven't needed to. I've been trying to lose control for like 3 moves.
And anyone want to interrupt? No,
I mean, I have momentum. I have 6 momentum too, but I'm saving it for not to be thrown out. There's
a lot of other wrestlers, and I'll tell you all now. The coach was booked to win. Overall, this was everyone wanted to see his rise. It was an interesting match. I didn't know how it would go.
All right, I'll interrupt. I'm going to throw the coach over the ropes. Spend my momentum. I'll throw him over the ropes.
All right.
I want to spend 1 momentum to interrupt that.
Right.
I would have spent what?
Okay. We're going to burn all our resources at once.
I'll let you guys work it out.
I should say it's kind of because you made yourself a tag team. It's booked as it's the coach is going to win, but really the Eagle is on his side.
Yeah.
You guys are his enemy. So you framed it as a tag team as you went in. So it became the good guys are winning. The Eagle and
I start laying into Coach. Coach actually gets me in a grapple that I am not technically proficient enough to get out of, but thankfully Warlock has interrupted and saved my ass.
Yeah.
Warlock's interrupting. He's losing some momentum.
Yeah, why not?
You interrupted my interruption, so yeah, there's a chain.
Yeah.
Counterspell.
Yeah.
So he's going to use. So Warlock's going to use his signature move, the Shamrock, which is called Toll for the Dead. Where he points at Shamrock and then suddenly closes the gap somehow, kind of thing. Like he's just floating towards him like a creepy, I don't know, creepy creepinson.
We've seen how creepy you are the entire episode. You don't have to.
Yeah.
That is, I want
It's a given
to
now.
get it clear. Creepy. Which good. And he's going to as he's floating towards him, I want bells to start tolling for him, kind of thing. And then like I'm just going to like envelop him in my big trench coat, kind of thing. And then he's going to fire out towards the river, like so that it's like drowning him like a witch kind of thing.
Cool. So do you want to roll? Do you have a finishing move on your thing that you're doing?
No,
Or you just...
no, I just made that up.
Cool. When you go on Regal, let's go with Regal. But I'll give it to you for half it. You got body. It is ultimately, it's body or work. But I think if you're bringing him in, if you're firing him that far out of the ring from very little movement, it's body again.
I got like 2 6s
Oh,
plus my body, which is 14 altogether. So that was a pretty good roll.
Shamrock. I mean, and he's unbelievable. He's quite heavy, so you need a lot of them. But you just toyed with them. The audience have gone mad. Shamrock's a classic favorite, but he isn't his cloned protege. So he fires out into the ring. I think he fires into Father Rankenstein, who was just standing around at the sides, and they both crumple into the metal fence that everyone's walking by. He's knocked out as well as being out of the ring, and you have what is it? You've gained momentum.
Cool.
And I'm going to say heat with the quarry.
Cool. Okay, I'll write that down. So next I want to do. I'm going to grab Joe Gruuuufffy. I'm going to betray Joe Gruuuufffy.
Gruuuufffy.
Yeah. And I'm going to do an Irish whip, which goes, so I just like Irish whip him across the
Bends against the ropes, all the weight of the nation on my shoulders, and I fire towards him.
And then I'm gonna rename this as a chilling touch, which is essentially a leapfrog.
Yeah. It's essentially a what? Sorry.
It's a leapfrog, I guess.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So you're gonna leapfrog him and touch him in a creepy way. While you leap.
Yeah. Which I'm just gonna chilling touch, and then I'm gonna turn around and I'm just gonna give him the bell tolls, which you don't do, and it's just a clothesline.
Okay, this time it's a clothesline.
Yeah.
All right. That's a little bit more work because it's not a lot of strength involved in a clothesline. I don't know. Does that sound right?
Yeah, you're just swinging a hand.
It's mostly my display. Yeah.
I got a 5.
So 5. That's a botch. I mean, you have a lot of momentum, but you've botched it.
Yeah, Yeah, 5 is not going to be.
You can save it with 2 momentum.
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm down to
right.
4 momentum, right?
Using 2 momentum, you can either hand control over and gain a momentum back, or you can keep control.
I'm gonna keep control.
All right. So you've been attacking your only ally. The audience, audience, they love it. To be honest,
It's the intelligent move.
Even the boss, there's booze all around, but that's what happens. They're hissing, but they ultimately they're enjoying it a lot.
And then after I do the clothesline, I'm gonna go for Lee Eagle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Creative, did I take an injury from that clothesline, or am I okay?
You're okay. He botched. Oh, he barely. Yeah, he barely.
Gosh darn.
Technically good, but I don't.
Daisy.
Yeah, I don't think he injured.
And then I'm gonna charge at Lee Eagle.
All right.
And I'm gonna just try do my my Eldritch Blast, which is just me trying to spear him.
Nice. Okay. Is it you just basically try jumping in and spearing him?
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to say. It feels like that's work because you've got your body and your strength, but really you're trying to jump successfully. And I reckon that's more of a work thing.
Yeah. I got a 3.
So
I was really confident in not interrupting that one for some reason. And I felt it.
Just step out of the way. He speared himself out of the ring.
Yeah. You get to describe what happens.
He aimed for where I was, not for where I was going to be. So I just continued walking at the same speed I was walking to begin with, and he hit behind me.
All right. Is behind you
Through the turnbuckles and destroying his shoulder off
Oh,
the steel post.
that was just a classic piece of rope-a-dope. Now you see me, now you don't. You've got control. Yeah, you've got control, I presume. Yep.
Lee Eagle has control.
Lee Eagle has control. You've got Ken Shamrock's out. The other 4 are there. Andy Royd's out. All the nuns are gone. The bar woman's there. You got the bar woman.
The quarry is still involved, or are they outside the ring?
They're outside the ring.
But they're not involved. All right.
You can involve them. You can
We
involve
have
them if you'd
stared
like.
deeply into each other's eyes. We are awash with memories and emotions of years gone by. We remember the good times, the bad times, and the broken road that got us to where we are. In perfect unison, we turn towards Joe Gruuuufffy
All right.
and perform a tag team move. It's like a 3D, but if we pull it off, he hits the rope. He hits off our shoulder and goes out over the top rope.
Yeah, I'll take it. There is a way of rolling with heat for tags.
I got 1 heat with the coach.
Yeah, but I think we're going to say your heat with the enemy. Both of your collective heat with the enemy.
I have
Collective heat. There's no way to survive this.
Yeah, it's not your collective heat, but like it's your heat. It's your heat with Gruuuufffy. You're working together though, to gain it. So you roll 2.
And what do I need?
Well, 7.
I got a 6 plus a 4. That's a 10.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, it works like a wrestling move, but you're working a proper tag, a hot tag move. So what happens? You plow into him. You're going to send him over the ropes. Is that the ultimate goal?
He hits off the rope. I lift him up by the thighs. He is going straight up through the air. Coach grabs him into that cutter. He bounces so hard he is soaring over the top rope.
And
I'm not interrupting. I'm landing on the announcer's table and crashing through it.
Excellent.
oh god, why do they always? I thought this time we'd last without the table breaking. Why do they always?
The table always breaks.
Wow.
The announcers are like, "Oh, he smells so bad." You know, no one ever says that about Joe Gruuuufffy. It's a real. I can see why he's in the radio.
I obviously, Ben, you go through the Spanish language announce table, right?
Yes, yeah. Never the official announcer. I always go through the Spanish announce table.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joe Gruuuufffy is out. He is out of here. You're on the ground. I don't know what you want to do. You can stay outside. I don't know how injured you are or angry.
I very quickly with a razor blade under my waistcoat cut my head a couple of times so that when I leave the ring, I am gushing blood. Like it's a red face, like gushing blood.
You gain sympathy. The audience love you. They have.
And if there's anyone running in, I knock them into the audience.
Yeah, you know what? You take down Trinners for winners.
Nice.
Who are going to run in?
Screw those guys in their Trinity brawl.
Yeah, they were going to come in. They were going to come in not to any music, but to just them playing Wonderwall, on their own acoustic guitars.
That sounds like us.
One of them's called Fionn Makulabula, and Cool Cullen. But they're done.
Part of the fill and or the hits.
Took out those little dweebs, and they never even made it into it. So there you go. All right, now we've just got the two of you and Warlock.
Bar lady.
I'm the bar lady.
The bar lady and the bar lady. Yeah. She's trying to get everyone out of the ring. She's no one's friend. So, yeah, she's probably running at Warlock because you two were already doing something. But that's much of your muchness. I think it's down to Lee Eagle, or if he wants to relinquish to the coach.
That's a hot tag. That's a handover to the coach.
Yeah. So, coach, you're in charge.
Okay. Oh God, how do we approach this? I think I'm gonna do the same thing again. Just like I'm gonna follow up behind the bar woman and just try and take out this freak show monster. But this time I'm definitely going high. I'm going for blood. I want to take this boy out. I want to just like grab him by the
Her.
Yeah, I guess by the upper. But I want to kind of like catapult him out as best I can.
Are you going for me or are you going for the bar lady?
Oh, I'm going for you, son.
Oh, okay. I thought you were-
You want to do an old school British Beal. You want to just use his momentum, get under them pits, take him in the air.
There we go. That's exactly what I want to do.
Classic move. All right. I'm gonna say though. Well, I mean, does that take work or is that mostly a body work? What do you say?
That's body.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
And
that's all
difficult.
body.
But I have a lot of heat towards Warlock.
Yeah.
So
You can
I'm gonna
roll.
have
Yeah,
that.
you're right. You're showcasing. It is very on form. You're using an incredibly old school move. You know, simple wins. You know, that's what you're trying to prove in the end. None of his fancy turning off the lights and teleporting.
Exactly. Pure wrestling.
Creepy
Mr.
move.
Creative, just so I can, like my favorite hardcore wrestler, I'd like to come back in as one of my alter egos, Cactus Jack. I'll be doing this a couple of more times as Dude Love and Mankind. But I'd like to just run back into the ring using one of my momentums.
Sure. You've got to run in, I think.
Yeah.
So we got to roll.
My music is Cactus Jack plays. I've since replaced my waistcoat with a flannel shirt, and in I run as Cactus Jackine.
Okay, so you got to roll. You got to roll to see this though. So roll 2d6.
Nice. Bam.
And you're interrupting, and I don't know if Cactus Jackine has different heat. With other
zero heat with anyone.
Yeah. So you roll plus your heat, but you've got none of that. So up to you.
I thankfully got a 7, so bare minimum interrupting.
Yeah. Okay. So they gain 1 heat with you. And who you were running at?
I was running at the Coach Carnage because he was about to take out the Warlock.
Cool. Right. So he gains +1 heat with you, and he gets to pick that you attack him in the ring, and this books him as the winner because you're DQing. He can pick that. You can distract them from outside of the ring, and their opponent takes control of the match. This does not change the outcome, but if you're booked, he can distract you and give control, or you can give control to Warlock, or you can shove the referee and start a brawl and interfere with such a match that it can't continue, which makes it a no contest, and everyone takes +1 momentum.
Well, that sounds. I didn't want to ruin the fun.
No, but your choice.
I lost, so I want everyone to stop playing.
I'm not saying this is my ring. I'm taking it home.
It's the coach's choice who gets to pick what. So he can, let's say, it can be the ref can call it a DQ, or he can lose control for you running in. That's about it.
Oh, I think the coach loses control. I think
He gets distracted by someone who looks alarmingly like.
I think Cactus Jackine is the coach's ex-wife.
Oh no, that's extra heat. Then he'd have gotten
Jackine?
Or it certainly looks a lot. All right, so Warlock's got control.
Cool. Yeah, I think Warlock's gonna go for the no. Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the bar lady, get her out, but he's going to like. So he's going to use his move, which is like he climbs up onto the spot onto the pyre, and he's going to jump, and he's going to do, I think it's a cross body.
Oh yes,
cross body, but he calls it the infestation.
All right. That sounds like an athletic feat.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So you roll body.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Cool.
Weirdly, with athletic feats, you roll body.
Cool.
It does actually. You know what? Maybe it's work, but I'll give you athletic feat. Sure, why not?
So that's an 8.
An 8. It's a cool move, but you show the strain because you're not a jumper. You see. So you gain +1 momentum, and you pick either it succeeds but you hurt yourself, or someone steps in to cover for you, and they pull it off, You pull it off with their help, and they gain momentum. You could have Jacqueline just as she's on the outside of the ring. I don't think Jacqueline's allowed in because she's going to mess with stuff. But she could like try to hold the bar woman by the legs. Ref not looking or anything else like that. Stops her getting out of the way, and you succeed.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cactus Jacqueline. Just wrecking the buzz. Yeah. All right. As it stands, though, you've got control. So you've still got control. It's now just the three of you in the ring.
Who has control?
Warlock has control.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Carnage again. We have heat, kind of thing. And I think he's going to. I just looked up a table of like warlock spells, just to play towards my character. Yeah, I think he's going to do. Ooh. Yeah, I think he's just gonna go lock up, kind of thing, and he's just going to like whisper horrible things into Coach Carnage's ear.
Oh no! Well, that's work. I think.
I'm gonna interrupt.
Oh no, it's heat. Well, you're interrupting. Okay.
And I'm gonna interrupt because
Nice.
I ain't letting Coach go down that way, and I am going to also lock up with the coach, but whisper beautiful, supportive things. Other ear.
The devil and angel on either shoulder, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you've got
the negative effects of the criticism.
all right. You've got control. You're all on the ground. The audience isn't quite sure what's going on, but they like
just crawling all over each other, whispering into each other's ears.
yeah.
Like a bad trip.
I've never seen anything like this before. It is Coach. It's Carnage, but it kind of sensually.
I try to pin
definitely-
Warlock. Remember that's not how this match works. Confused. Gently float my way to the top rope. As I stand there, I realize there is also no disqualification in a match like this. The paralegal hands me the law book. Every law, one book. It's very heavy. I jump from the top rope with a Supreme Court frog splash
Nice.
onto Warlock.
All right. Well, I mean, it's up to you. I think that seems like work. Also, it's heat. If you'd like work or heat, I'll give you.
I'll take heat because it's a 0 instead of a -2.
There you go.
Is there any way I can add to this and like try and keep Warlock pinned for this so that it helps in some way, or is that how do the rules allow for that?
I don't know. I'll say you can do that provided you use momentum to do an intro.
Yeah, I'll spend a momentum.
You're
on
in
that.
charge. So he's still doing his move, but now you've interrupted and grabbed it. Yeah.
I just basically want to make sure this works.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Okay, well, I roll an 8 -0, plus he's already held down.
That's all you needed. That's all right. You slam straight into him with your law book. He is injured, or not injured. He's just he's wrecked. You slam him straight into, like, he's a strong guy, but he's a thin guy. So he's buckling at the center, and he's on the ground. But it's up to you.
Well, I think the coach had him held down. I'm after hitting that move. I'm recovering from the impact.
Coach has got control, actually, so he interrupted.
Yep.
Oh, so I have control. Okay. Then I'm gonna use my finishing move. So when you're booked to win a match, roll 2d6 on a 10+. You hit your finisher clean. So I think I just roll 2d6.
You do, yeah,
on it.
straight. I think.
Yeah.
Finishing moves are tough, but you can use all your momentum.
It's only a 6, which means it's a botch.
I would like to spend.
How much momentum have you got?
I have 4 left.
You could use all your 4.
I'll spend 2 momentum on coach.
I'll spend 4 momentum on Coach.
That's nice. Coach has
you
the
been with me
momentum
on
to
this
see
one?
this. Coach has the momentum to see this through to the end.
Okay. Then on a 10, you hit your finisher clean. Choose whether you or your opponent gains 1 audience. I'm going to choose myself to gain an audience. I'm going to try and send my nemesis Warlock over the ropes with
Nice.
as in I'm going to pick him straight up as soon as he hits the ground and just kind of like jack him back over my head as if I'm throwing something that I couldn't care less about over the ropes.
Cool. Is this like it's like a caber toss?
Yeah,
of
exactly.
an old
Yeah.
coach caber toss, just like that's your finisher.
And he's
Yeah.
like vertical as well. He's rigid
I mean,
with rigor
and
mortis because
he's a good
fucking,
caber. You know, he's tall and thin and creepy.
Yeah.
You weren't sure if he'd have feet because of the way he was gliding, but you did actually grab some feet in order to toss them. Because otherwise, you'd have just fully tossed a robe up, and he'd have disappeared.
He keeps disappearing.
If you had failed, I suppose that would have happened. You caber toss. He's out.
I'm gonna use a momentum not to interrupt, but to add to this. Instead of just going out of the ring, I land in a coffin, and like with the cross thing, just with my eyes closed as well, just to add like a little bit more spectacularness to the nemesis thing.
Nice. I'm gonna give you each one heat with each other.
Nice.
For that,
I have so much heat with you, Wes.
Yeah,
you can only get +4 is the max, by the way. So
okay. So yeah, I have 5.
I'm over.
So we only have 4. Okay.
All right. Well, Coach, you've been in a tag team with the Eagle. The Eagle's injured. You have control. You can take joint win, or you can push the Eagle out.
Okay. I'm going to use put him over. And I'm going to call out to Legal Eagle. And I'm going to be like, hey, you got one last job to do. I'm going to show vulnerability to your opponent. And I'm going to like clamp on. I'm going to like try and do like a battle of strength. And I think he wins because he's younger and he's stronger and he's a bird. So
mostly the third piece.
I'm going to try and make an opponent look good. And on a 10, we both gain +1 audience.
All right.
That's a 5, which means it's a botch, which means I lose -1 audience and your opponent resents you for their pandering.
Yeah, you've broken a huge. You put a huge.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good finisher.
That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting emotion for me to hold in this moment.
Yeah, I think you didn't lose control from doing your put him over move. But
no, I don't think I lost control, but I think Lee Eagle took it as like kind of like the coach has never given anything for free, and this was a moment of him like being like, come on, give your old man a knock on the chin. He doesn't fucking appreciate that.
No, he doesn't like it. All right, well, it's the two of you in the ring, and you have
For
control.
anyone else thinking it, we almost very nearly had a HBK versus Ric Flair I'm sorry moment.
I was gunning for.
Yeah. And a sweet music chin kick.
Yeah, I don't
get
know
him out of the ring.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's a very poignant moment in wrestling history.
You want to watch
I look forward to Googling that tomorrow.
Yes, do.
It's sorry, what?
If you want to watch a very small subsection of grown men cry, show them that clip.
All right. Well, you came in as a tag. It's the ref's gonna call it. You even did a tag move. It's the two of you as the final victors, but it tinged with a little bit of your relationships down. The audience is intrigued. They didn't know what was going to happen. They thought someone was going to win, but now this fruitful team. It just looks like there might be some issues in the days to come. Perhaps the coach is trying to is too afraid to stand out on his own. Perhaps he's doing the opposite of that. Who knows? In the world of wrestling and in the Slam Castle, and the attractive witches in the pyres, the fires go up. The attractive witches immediately disappear from the pyres and are there, and they're all surrounding the two of you and holding up your hands. And it's a bittersweet moment for Lee Eagle, I suppose. But that's how the show closes. Did anyone leave on 0 audience in the end?
Yeah, I did. I lost my audience for fucking up that move at the end. I have 0.
Oh no.
So I think I'm done.
Well, no, I'm not sure.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Coach.
No, you do.
Turns to leave the ring. Throws in his towel as he's leaving. He's like, I got nothing more to teach you, kid.
Not wanting for you to go out as a quitter. I want you to go out fighting. I take the weight of our relationship on my shoulders, and as just before you step out of the ring, and I spend 1 momentum to interrupt, I turn you around We're going to finish this like men. And I make my one final move. I stare deep into your eyes and I say, I'm sorry. I love you. And I throw my finishing move, the super kick, right into the jaw
Oh,
of Coach Carnage.
Oh my god.
I mean, I reckon with whatever you can roll, but with whatever momentum you have, you're probably more than capable of making sure you got that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna land.
Yeah.
I have rolled a 10.
Nice.
I have heat with Coach and I got 2 momentum. It carries you out over the top
I
rope.
think that's it. I think I go over the ropes.
Yeah. He goes back into the ring.
No, I stopped him before he could leave the ring.
Yeah.
He goes over the ropes. It's not a victory. This happened afterwards. You guys both won as was the booking, but the audience
down like a fighting champ.
Yeah. The audience now loves you and your relationship. They were gonna cut the next whoever didn't get any audience, but they're gonna keep you all. And actually, you get to advance if you lose all your audience. You get 1 second shot in the game. So you get an advancement.
I think the audience camera runs up to Coach Carnage on the ground, and he's like eyes closed. There's like practically birds spinning around his head, and there's a close up of like just a little smile in the corner of his mouth, like he's unconscious.
Yeah.
But he's happy. It's right.
Taught him everything he could know. Yeah.
He's gone home.
He's gone home. He's absolutely actually dead.
Yeah. Yeah, the coach could stick around. He can be a wrestler. He could be a manager type character if he'd like, and or but he can stay on the show. And that ends the first episode of Slam Castle.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you very much.
That was great. It was so good.
Son of a bitch, you did it.
Yeah.
Did it.
Don't know any wrestling. I still don't know any wrestling. But we've gotten to the end of a wrestling thing. So
I mean, it worked.
Well, yeah, it was really exciting. If the whole thing was basically so I could have the quarry and the clergy in the there are other characters. I don't know if I'll tell you or not, but yeah, we'll save them.
The thing that gets people to run
Save
again
them for the
just
sequel.
have some
Save them.
play things to do.
Yeah. They were good fun.
Good, I enjoyed that.
So I think what remains to say is, does anyone, J Money, thank you very much for coming and lending your professional credibility to all of this. Do you have anything upcoming that you're doing in the future?
Well, look, if I am nothing if not entirely credible. You look at my career, and I am just legitimacy personified.
Yeah.
What have we got? Check out Over the Top Wrestling, OTT. There's a show on the 30th of October in Dublin. Some of the world's best, genuinely the world's best. Will Ospreay, probably the best wrestler in the world, will be on that show. I will be performing there. I'll be performing in Limerick City, but that's sold out. My very first death match, which I'm looking forward to.
Oh.
So I will be bleeding.
Hey.
I will be bleeding.
Or possibly dead.
Yeah, that's with Phoenix Wrestling. If anyone's in Cork or Limerick, check them out. They do a lot of stuff out west.
Oh, nice. That sounds great. And that's excellent. I have to say, I've been to an OTT event once before, and it was phenomenal crack being in the audience and watching. Just really great fun. There's a lot going on. I didn't know there was such an Irish wrestling scene, and there really is quite
surprisingly one of the best in the world.
Yeah, really, really great scene. So I really encourage anyone to go if they get a chance, provided they feel safe doing so, obviously. And Paul, you've got what's on Heroes Out next coming up?
Oh, yeah, Heroes Out. We're doing an update on the streaming wars.
Okay.
We're doing some updates on Netflix and Amazon Prime and stuff like that. And keep people on their stream.
Interesting.
Thursday.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. Is there any other contractual DM things that I ought to do, Ben? No. Good.
If you want to say without further ado, you're allowed to say that.
Oh yeah, I can say without further ado. I never didn't say at the start. Yeah.
Keelan, I think you can take a little bow for your first time DMing. That went pretty fucking well.
Oh well,
It was
thank
a
you very
great
much.
game. You did well.
It was, it was a little ropey. Forget the pun.
No, I think it was pretty seamless. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, I have to say it is a very fun game. The Worldwide Wrestling. It's very cheap. The book's incredibly easy to understand and do. And hopefully we'll get a chance. These are episodic. I've got a lot more wrestlers in. So if we ever want to do it again or we ever have the opportunity, I'd be happy to go for it again. And J Money will be welcome at any time, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd be great to have you back again. That was good fun.
Thank you, folks.
All right. Well, without further ado,
Oh, he said the thing.
Oh my god. He's a real boy now.
Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I believe we'll be returning to our scheduled programming.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
We'll be back.
Which we're all dressing up as our favorite characters from a podcast. We've all agreed with that, right?
We all know how Halloween goes. In previous years, we're all dressed up to the nines.
Everyone dresses up, and this year
We tend to dress up just before Halloween.
Character.
Yeah. What's nice is that everyone dressed up a lot more for this than are going to dress up.
I am incredibly insulted.
I got your back, Ben. I didn't do a damn thing.
All right, we should go. Sorry for running long. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.